Albert Awol, the voice of the jungle, broadcasting on the DVC to all points unknown. If you're within the sound of my voice, you're listening to Welcome Home Podcast on the DVC.
Hello and welcome home. This episode of Welcome Home is brought to you by DVC Resale Market. Thank you for joining us on episode 364 of Welcome Home, a Disney Parks and Vacation Club podcast. I'm Tom. I'm here with Trevor. How's it going, Trevor?
Hey, pretty good. So
I'm back.
Yeah, welcome back, first of all.
Yeah.
And I know you had an eventful trip, and I know we're going to get into it here.
And you're mad at me about it?
I mean, okay. All right. Yeah, so I'm not like...
You're not real mad at me.
I'm not real mad at you.
You're jealous mad at me.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. So for additional context, we talked about this.
Yeah. But don't say what it is yet.
No. I'm just
not ruin the reveal. Yeah.
I'm just going to say we were playing mini golf last night, and this came up between. So me and my brother and Tom we were all playing mini golf, and I was telling my brother last week about the stuff you were doing on your trip and how annoyed I was because it was like you were talking about how this was the shortest trip you've done, and it's like this stuff happened, and I'm like,
this stuff happened. Yeah,
that's so unfair.
Like, it was such a weird trip. Too. Yeah. It was a really weird trip, honestly. Well, because we never do short trips like this, right? Like,
yeah,
this
I know.
Is like, and it threw me off a little bit because I hate to say this, and this is true. I am the person that's like, I paid X amount of dollars to get into this park, so I want maximum usage of the park. You know what I mean? Like, I want to do as many things as possible to get my money's worth, right?
Yep.
But it's not like that anymore for us. Like, I don't know. It's hard to explain.
You have to learn to soak in the park, not consume the park.
Yeah. And so I'll say this as an overall, right?
Yeah.
It was hot, right? And before anybody says anything, I'm not an idiot. I know it's hot in August, okay? In Florida. I get it. I know it is. We've been going, in fact, our honeymoon, hopefully the wife's not listening, like 13 years ago we got married. So that sounds right. Sounds about right. Yeah. But our honeymoon was at Disney, and it was the same week that we took this trip, right? So it's not like I haven't been there during this heat before. But as I get older, the heat becomes more punishing. I feel
it hits different.
Yes. Yeah. Like it drains the life out of you. Like, it just really does. And we're not, we used to just power through it, but with my daughter too, it's harder to power through it because my daughter's a very, very sweet, kind child. Everybody, she's never caused a problem. She gets too hot or she gets too hungry, she becomes the bad gremlins, right? Like, she turns into one of the evil gremlins. Like, that's what she does.
My son, we would always we would always ask him if he was getting hangry. So we would combine angry with hungry because it happens. Yeah, you get hangry, right?
Well, and then add the heat in, it just makes it that much worse. And the other thing too is we had a lot of rain. Now, listen, again, I understand. Florida in the summertime, you get a lot. Usually when in the past when we've gone, in Florida in the summertime, you get the afternoon shower, right? Like, it's super sunny. Yeah. Afternoon shower rolls in. Yeah. It's gone within an hour, and then it's back to being sunny again, right? Like, that's and obviously, listen, we all know that you can. It's not the only thing that happens. It can rain all day, right? It just and you always had that chance. But I'll tell you this. I mean, the last 5 or 6 times that we've gone in the summertime, we've had no rain at all, like, just literally no rain. And to the point where we didn't even have ponchos anymore because it just hadn't been raining during the summertime when we've gone. So we just didn't need ponchos. So that luck very much ran out for sure.
You were overdue.
Yeah, we were definitely overdue. And the weather made that very clear to us. So, but let's start from the beginning, Trevor. Let's do a little rewind here, right? Yeah. So I'm not going to do the rewind sound effect, but so I talked before we left about how our plans changed last minute. And so we ended up following through with that plan. We drove down on Sunday, very uneventful trip down, which is good. Always good when it's uneventful. The most amount of traffic we hit on the way was in the Buc-ee's parking lot. That is not a joke. It is totally true.
Yeah.
getting from the highway to the Buc-ee's parking lot for the Buc-ee's that is in Brunswick, Georgia, is always a adventure. Let's say that. So yeah,
was it worth the stop? I guess
it was. Buc-ee's. So Buc-ee's is really, the food is really good, right? Like the food is for like it's a gas station, but I mean the food is fantastic and it's fairly reasonably priced, and they give you a lot of it. So like you can get a brisket sandwich, and the thing like is weighty. You know what I mean? Like you could probably throw it at somebody and give them a bruise. Like it's heavy and it's not that expensive. I will say this: there was a busload of, I don't know who, but it was a bunch of kids, and they just, the chaperones of whatever this trip was, just let these tweens loose in the Buc-ee's. I mean, just rude and pushing through people. Like, and I will say this for Buc-ee's, right? I always get they have chicken fingers and fries, right? And it's a hot commodity at Buc-ee's, right? So there's like a little spot where they have chicken fingers and fries in a box together, that you can just grab. And every time I've gone there, we've had to wait like 20 minutes.
Because they have to make some more because they're just constantly.
They literally bring out 10 boxes at a time, and then they're immediately gone, and then you have to wait 10 minutes for another 10 boxes. Like, so it's not great. But anyway, I'm standing there waiting for the next boxes to come out. And literally they come out, and it turns into, Walmart Black Friday Piranha. 1995. Like literally, like, people like, these kids are like trying to push me out of the way. And I'm like, if you guys would just let me walk away, then you could just come up here. You don't have to push me out of the way. But, they were just, it was crazy. It was like they just released the Tamagotchi and the doors just opened, in Walmart. This is probably a dated reference. I don't care.
I'm sure people understood what you meant.
Yeah, go look up videos of Black Friday in the 90s, and you'll know what I'm talking about. Like,
I had to work through a couple of Black Fridays, so yeah, I get you.
And I mean, it's just these. I wanted to like talk to and I went really old man on this because I was like, I wanted to talk to the chaperones of these kids and be like, can you teach these kids some manners, man? Like they just like literally just like were
just chill,
out of control. Like, yeah,
but chill. Anyway. You're not gonna die.
I know it's
a Buc-ee's. Come on.
Yeah, but anyway.
Yeah.
So the Buc-ee's parking lot, nightmare. But it was, food was good, but it's also too, it's just like a very overwhelming place. There's so much going on in there. It's like crazy. Yeah. So anyway,
okay, so moving on from Buc-ee's. So you got down.
Fast forward. Now we'll go fast forward. Yeah.
Are we going straight to your first day arriving?
Yeah, we'll go straight to day one. Right. So my mom is coming with us for this day. So the original plan was my mom was always going to spend a day with us at the parks. Right. She was going to spend the EPCOT day with us. She was going to stay overnight. She's going to leave the next day, right? Then we changed our plans where we were going to go to her house first, stay there for a couple days, work from there, and then we were going to take her down with us to the parks, and she's going to stay till 2 nights. Yeah, 2 nights. So she's going to stay from Wednesday till Friday. So that was what we did, right? So day one, we get to the resort. First of all, I also have to mention this. So I was coming from. Let's say northwest of the property, right? Yep. So where my mom is located.
Okay.
And staying at one of the Magic Kingdom resorts. When you do that, the GPS takes you through like neighborhoods and then eventually through backstage Magic Kingdom.
Yeah. I was going to say, the direction you're coming in is not the normal entrance. I figured it would try and direct you towards Disney Springs, but I guess not.
It doesn't. No, it actually. So everybody knows the road I'm talking about. So the road that is right in front of like when you go to Magic Kingdom from anywhere else, and you're on a bus, and they make that left to the Magic Kingdom, like with the bus area. If you go straight instead, that takes you to like all these backstage areas, like warehouses, the monorail, area where they work on the monorails, the train, maintenance area. There's, like I said, there's a ton of warehouses. You can see the back of Magic Kingdom. It's just like total magic ruining area, right? So me being me, I'm like, no, we need to drive through the gates, man. We need to see the, welcome to Walt Disney World gates. Like you got, to me, that's like the signal of the start of the vacation, right? So I spent an inordinate amount of time trying to figure out how to make that happen through Google Maps. It was surprisingly hard to find out where those gates are located because there's a bunch of them, but it's like
are they on the south side of the property.
You're
right. There's multiple.
A bunch of different routes. Yeah, but I was like, I just went on the internet and I'm like, someone give me the coordinates of all these so I can figure this out. But like, I couldn't find that information. I was a little shocked by that, but regardless. Anyway, so we get to Bay Lake, and one thing I'm going to say, and I marked this down, Trevor, on my outline here because I wanted to call it out. Really liked Bay Lake. I like Bay Lake in general. It's better than the first time I stayed there. One thing I will say though, every other DVC resort I've ever stayed at, as soon as you like pull up, there's like a bell services person like waiting at your trunk for you to open it to take all your stuff out.
Yeah.
Not at Bay Lake. There was no one. It was literally no one. We had to go find somebody.
Huh.
And even then it took a little while. Like I was just standing there for a while waiting for somebody to come. And I was like, that's not what I'm used to. Like when we stay at Animal Kingdom, there's like, before I even get out of my car, there's already a guy at my trunk.
Yeah, and same thing at the Poly is that there's always like 3 or 4 people standing. And I mean, it's also like the front entrance to the hotel as well. So it's like, it's not just DVC people, but there's always like, bell services is right there. So
so that was a little annoying, not gonna lie.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't want to be like, a pain about it, but at the same time, like, I've kind of gotten used to that with all the resorts I've stayed at, and that's for that to not happen there. I don't know what was going on. I don't know if that's like the second or third time that's happened when I've just gone to Bay Lake. So like, I think it's just how they're set up there, I guess.
Yeah, maybe it is because of the fact that the Contemporary is right there. That maybe they just don't have the resources to split like that. I don't know.
So we drop all of our bags off, though. We eventually get to bell services, drop all our bags off. And then we go to Blizzard Beach, which was an adventure in and of itself. It does annoy me sometimes that, especially with this free benefit thing, that they don't have direct buses to the water parks, that we first had to go to Animal Kingdom and then switch buses to Blizzard Beach.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, that is so confusing. Because I thought it was you had to go to Disney Springs.
Yeah, you could do that too. We were told, though, at Bay Lake that we had to go to Animal Kingdom first and then go to Blizzard Beach from there.
I wonder what... I mean, I'm sure they have a reason why they keep changing. But that is annoying that it's like can't
it's just annoying.
Get there. Yeah.
I just want a direct bus. Like, I understand, though. I get it. Like, there was nobody on the bus. Like, I mean, here's the thing, though. When we got to Animal Kingdom to go to Blizzard Beach, there was a ton of people on the bus. Like, the bus was full. Like,
I wonder if they were filtering everybody to a single resort so they could just run the bus from one place. Yeah.
I have seen direct buses in the past, too. But, it's just not on this occasion, right? So, anyway,
went to Blizzard Beach. Now,
Blizzard Beach is awesome.
Okay. All right. Okay. Good. All right.
I'm like angry at myself that we didn't do this sooner, because we had so much fun at Blizzard Beach. The weather was actually okay that day. It kept looking like it was going to rain, but it didn't. Right. And so it was overcast all day. So it wasn't as hot as the other days. It was kind of like cooler almost. But Blizzard Beach is just awesome. It's like, I don't know why in my head I was like, this thing is like 30 years old. It's like going to be all run down and stuff, but it's not. It's great. It looks incredible. It's so well themed. We just were in love with it.
Everybody listening, Tom gets it.
I'm there.
You all knew. I know.
You all knew. I didn't know.
I know. I've known forever. I've known since my honeymoon what it was.
It was awesome.
Tom gets it.
Dude, we loved it. I will say this, though. We probably spent the entire day either in the wave pool or in the lazy river.
Valid. Totally valid.
I mean, my daughter loved the lazy river because it was shallow enough that she could like walk in it. So like half the time she was swimming in it, and not even in a tube. I have to say the greatest invention of all time, I mean this, okay, is the half tube. With like
the half floating, where you can just like sit into it. Yeah,
that's amazing. Because the thing I always kind of hated about a lazy river is I feel like I can never get in those tubes ever. Like it always is, it's always a challenge to get. And now you have this half tube, you just kind of float into it, and then you just like lounge. It's like the greatest thing ever.
Yep.
I think we probably made like, I'm not even joking, maybe 8 complete circuits on that thing. I mean,
not bad.
Yeah. I mean, we went all the way around so many times, and we just had the best time. Although it was funny every time we got to the waterfall at the cave, because everybody was like,
I was going to ask.
Yeah.
How was your first experience with the waterfall?
I loved the water. I love it. I love all the water effects on it. Listen, if you're in the lazy river, you got to expect it,
That particular waterfall, though,
is aggressive. It's aggressive. Yeah.
Well, it's incredibly cold too.
It is. Yes, it is.
It's deliberately cold. So they have a similar effect in Typhoon Lagoon, but it's not cold like that.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, that is specific to Blizzard Beach that it's cold.
Funny.
Yeah.
That's pretty funny. Yeah. Listen, I loved that. It was great. The wave pool, when we first went in it, there were no waves. And for like a while, like we were in there for like a half hour and there's no waves. I'm like, where are the waves? I'm like, what's going on here? And at one point the waves turned on and then they were on for like 3 minutes and then they stopped again. And I was like, oh, please don't tell me their wave machine is broken or something. Like, cause I want the wave pool today. So we just like went and then, went around, the lazy river again. And when we came back, the wave pool was going and the wave pool is great. And the amount of like the height of the waves, it was good for my daughter.
Yeah.
And it was really, we had a really good time just hanging out in the wave pool. That was a lot of fun.
It's a chill wave pool. Did you get onto any of the slides or did you avoid them?
That's funny.
Because the carpet slides, I will say, I hope you did the racing carpets. You didn't. Oh.
Listen, it's the first time. Okay. Well,
those are the best.
I know. We did do a couple. We did a couple of the, in like the little tween area, we did a couple of the slides over there. And my daughter's in a weird spot right now because she was too big for the little kid slides in like the little Frozen area, but a little too small for the ones at the tween area. So she's like in a weird in between spot, and I really wanted to do the zip line, but then I found out I was too tall, that it was like, it was for kids and stuff. And I was like, I mean, I saw some adults doing it, but I'm a rule follower and
I'm going to say, the next time you go, I hope you guys get back there again.
Yeah, we will.
The racing slides, you and your daughter will love them.
Yeah. Yeah.
They are the best. And I'm sad that you didn't do them, but I guess it's something for you to look forward to. So.
Yeah, we were very content with what we were doing. We did walk around a lot. At one point, we got kind of lost and we couldn't find our stuff where we put it down. But it was fine. Yeah. We got a locker. That was great.
It's a bit of a maze there, right? Like
it is.
It's a lot of paths and winding stuff to get around. So that's fair. Yeah,
but it's funny because I think it was either my mom or my wife said it was like, wow, this place is really big. I think they thought it was like really small, but like when you're on like the lazy river, you're like, yeah, it's a nice size water park. It's big.
It's deceptive because the wave pool is front and center to it, and you don't realize how much goes beyond the wave pool, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So that was great. I want to say this too, just as a general thing, right? Mm-hmm. Disney gets criticized a lot for being expensive, and it's fair, right? It's really expensive to get tickets. I think one place where Disney's still doing a great job being fairly affordable is food. And I'll tell you why. A quick service, right? We went to quick service that day, and all the quick services we did, right? Mm-hmm. And so my mom got like a bacon cheeseburger, and it was $13. And my mom's like, I can't get a bacon cheeseburger for $13 anywhere. Like literally at this point, right? Like, and first of all, just in general, if you go to any theme park or you go to any arena, any sort of like event type thing, the prices are outrageous for food, right? I've talked about this before. And when I go to our local amusement park, Carowinds, you can get a thing of chicken fingers and fries, and it's like $23, and they're terrible. They're so bad they're almost inedible. Meanwhile, you can get, a $13 quick service meal, which is still a little pricey, but about what everything is, elsewhere. I mean, if I go to McDonald's nowadays, it's like, $10, $11. So it's,
So okay. Coincidentally, I got a Whopper last night from Burger King with bacon and cheese on it, and that came to $11.
Yeah.
So yeah, you're right. It's, I mean, and that's Canadian too. So that's only like, $2 US. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah.
Still relationally. You're right. It's not, I mean, people hate on Disney food for being expensive, and for where you are and what you're doing, it's really not that bad.
And I've always found it to be a pretty good quality too. And I've rarely had a bad meal at a quick service. Usually it's pretty decent, and like I said, a decent price. And especially when you compare it to what other theme parks out there are charging, and the quality of their food, and if you go to a hockey game, a football game, the food is crazy expensive at those things. And so to me, it's one place where Disney does a really nice job. And I mean, my mom was literally shocked by it. She's like, that's crazy to get the bacon cheeseburger for $13. And I was like, yeah, it came with fries and everything. So we had lunch there. We did all that. So
we'll say there is something about like after you've been in a wave pool for hours, getting a burger and fries always hits different.
Yeah, like we wanted hot dogs though, and we went to the first place we found, and they didn't have hot dogs. We knew hot dogs existed because we could just smell them in the air.
Yeah, there's a couple of spots. Yeah,
yeah. Then there was the foot long hot dog little booth that we found later, but it was we were just hungry, so we went to the closest thing. And what did I have? I'm trying to remember. I mean, listen, okay, so I had chicken fingers. They were like buffalo ranch chicken fingers. They just took the regular chicken fingers and threw buffalo and ranch sauce on it. Fine. It didn't need to be much, right? Like it tasted good. Like I don't care. I'm not looking for anything fancy from the quick service at a water park.
Yeah, but fair.
All right. So after a while, it's like, I don't know, probably 3:00, and our room's ready. So we want to go back and check out our room. And we also had a Ohana for dinner at, when did I have it set for? I think it was 6:40, right? So we wanted to get back to the hotel and, relax a little bit, shower, get ourselves dressed, get settled in the room, and then go to dinner at Ohana. So my daughter is kind of obsessed with minivans, and we've never done it before. We never done a minivan before, right?
Oh,
we've
done
Lyft before. We never done a minivan. And we, she sees them on the road, and she literally has a game where she counts how many she sees, right? She just thinks they're the cutest things in the world. So I'm like, okay, I'm thinking to myself in my head, I'm like, all right, listen,
you gotta get back to the hotel. You don't want to do
I don't want to do the transfer. I know if we get on the bus, it's going to be about 10 degrees in the bus, which is great on most days, but when you're soaking wet still, not great.
Yeah.
So I was like, you know what? Let's try a minivan. Let's do a minivan. So
it's a good use case for a minivan.
Yeah, I think it's a great use case for a minivan, right? Yep. We waited 16 minutes, and I want to say it was $40, which is not cheap.
No, they're not cheap, but
no. Yeah. I mean, I probably could have gone a regular Lyft for $8, probably. But
the one advantage of the minivan, I know it may not have applied to you, but they can drop off places that a Lyft can't.
That's true.
Because they have specific zones, but the minivan can go beyond, they have their own drop-off spots. So
to me, the number one benefit of the minivan is the driver, right? And the vehicle, right? Those are the two things. Because when you do a Lyft, you're getting a random person that and we've had some really shady Lyft drivers at Disney.
Some people are professional. Same thing too. We've had some where it's they're fantastic. They know what they're doing. And then there's other ones where it's I got in my car today and I guess I'm picking you up.
That's exactly right. And sometimes it's oh, this is the car. That looks like the tire's going to fall off at any moment. And sometimes they drive really aggressively. The thing you get from the minivan is first of all, the vehicles are immaculate, gorgeous brand new vehicles. And it's a Disney cast member, and this is all they do. And they're so friendly, and they talk to you. That's what you're paying for. You're paying for that experience. And for me, especially with I didn't care maybe when it was just my wife and I, but having my daughter with us, I do care about that, right? I care that there's not somebody shady that's driving super aggressively and, speeding and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And so it's worth it in that thing, in that instance. And plus they have all the tablets they have the tablets in the back. So they got cartoons or whatever playing. And so that was really cool too. So we did the minivan, and I think our traveling companions later in the trip said to us, "Be careful with the minivans; they're addictive." And I was like, "Nah, this is a one-time deal. You'll find out it wasn't."
I will say this: after we rode in a minivan, my wife was looking for that model of car and was like, we could buy this and get it wrapped to look like a minivan.
To look like a minivan, yeah. So listen, I think this was a great use case for a minivan because of what I said. Because there's no direct bus, and just the coldness of it. And we just wanted to get back and like get ourselves together and get started with our vacation. You know what I mean? Like we wanted to really get it going. So get back to the hotel room. We're on the 7th floor, which is like midway on in Bay Lake.
Not bad.
Yeah, it was great. We had a nice view. We were in the back, so we had a view of Bay Lake, but it was a really pretty view.
Could you see Lakeshore Lodge?
Oh, could we see Lakeshore Lodge, my friend? Yes, we could. Yeah. That's all I was staring at the entire time is just Lakeshore Lodge. And I just kept looking at it. I go, next time. Right?
We will
Literally
come back to Lakeshore Lodge later in this episode.
Yes, we will. We actually passed very close by it when we went to Whispering Canyon. And literally because we took the boat and then the boat went from, what do you call it? Wilderness Lodge to Fort Wilderness. And when you do that, the boat, I got an incredible view of it, really close up. So, but anyway, the room's really nice. We didn't love Bay Lake the first time we stayed there. In fact, it was probably our least favorite stay was at Bay Lake. Yeah. And that was our very first DVC stay because we owned there. But what they did with the one bedroom was huge. The room was absolutely huge. And the redo that they did to it recently, the renovation they did to it was fantastic. It looks great. All of the pictures are very much like a Mary Blair style, which makes sense, right? With the contemporary, but they had a lot of really cool stuff in there, cool furniture. It has the Murphy bed, which is just like a game changer. They should just have Murphy beds everywhere.
Yep. Oh, yeah. 100% agree. Yeah.
Yeah. They're just the best. They're so much better, especially with my mom there. She doesn't want to sleep, on one of those pull-out couches. Sleeping in the Murphy bed, way better for her. And it also had one of those little pull down beds, and the pull down bed, the art behind it was the electrical light parade in a Mary Blair style.
Oh, nice.
The Main Street electrical parade. So, it was pretty cool and really nice looking, and the kitchen's really great in there, but the room was just huge. We loved the room. It was fantastic. So much space in there, and really just well done. So, we were very pleased with that. We went to Ohana that night, took the monorail over, which, I don't know if it's just getting older, but the convenience of the monorail is just so nice. Like, just know, like, you know what I mean? It's a
vibe. Like that.
Yes.
I think what you're, maybe I'm imposing my own experience on it, but I feel like you transition from like accomplishment and efficiency to vibes as you get older.
I agree.
And it's like if the vibes are good, then like it's a good experience, right? It doesn't matter like, all the technical, well, you could have technically done this. It's like, no, the vibes of the monorail are good. So
they are.
Yeah, I get you there. Yeah.
And it just kind of like it sets the stage and all that. So it's just nice. So we go to Ohana. Well, first of all, we go to the Poly. I sent you a picture.
Yeah.
I told you the Polynesian missed you.
Thank you. Yes, I do miss the Poly.
we did do a little shopping, and my daughter discovered the Stitch section of the store that's right at the entrance there
in Moana Mercantile.
Oh man, yeah. She found the Stitch section, and all of a sudden it's like, I want that, and so she's like, okay, we're getting one thing. that's it. But Ohana, great as always. I love Ohana. Ohana is always delicious. I know. I feel like I've heard some people say that it's not as good as it used to be. I disagree. I still think it's fantastic. We were stuffed to the gills. I will say this though, Trevor, and this was, an interesting thing, right? And I don't really still understand it, but I'm gonna, say it anyway. So 2 years ago was the last time we went there, right? And we had a huge group with us, and they bring out a ton of food, especially when you have a lot of people. And we had a ton of food left over on our table. And it wasn't like we were asking for the extra food. It was just the food that they had brought us already and was, there. Right?
It's like the family style stuff, right? Where, there is always more
all of it though. They brought way too much meat to our table. They brought, we had a lot of stuff. It wasn't even extra stuff. And to my surprise, 2 years ago, they let us take all that extra home. Right? Like they packed it all up for us. We had a ton of food left over, right? So this time we had less food because there was only 4 of us. And my daughter, they actually did chicken fingers and fries for her, or chicken fingers and mac and cheese for her. Yeah. But we still
they can do that because they can get from Captain Cook's if they need to.
They just had that right there. So but we still had a lot of leftovers, and I was like, oh, okay. I was like, let's take those back. And they're like, oh, we don't do that anymore. And I'm like, what do you mean you don't do that anymore? They're like, oh, well, I guess our waiters, and I don't know if this is true, obviously, but, because this sounds like a thing that waiters would just say amongst themselves, it not necessarily being true. They said some Disney executive came to Ohana and they're like, why are we giving away all this free food? And basically they don't, he was like, we don't even have takeout containers anymore. And I was like, seriously? And I was like, you're wasting all this food though. Like, like this food, I understand it from a perspective of like, if I'm sitting there and ordering a bunch of extra stuff, you know what I mean? And then I'm like, taking a bunch of food, but that's not what was happening here. It was literally just the food that they brought out initially to us that was still left over. And like, so I don't know. I just don't agree with that because they're just throwing the food away. Like, give it to somebody to eat it.
Yeah. So here's, I get your sentiment on that. And I'm just going to argue a little bit of devil's advocate on it. Because
I see this perspective already. Yeah. What you're about to say. I understand.
So I hate to say it, but I feel like it may not have been like a Disney exec came and saw it and was like, why are we doing this? But I wouldn't be surprised the influencer side of things. It's like, here's a great Disney dining hack. You can save, you don't have to buy lunch the next day because you can go and eat at Ohana. And even though it costs, a bunch of money, get a bunch of it to go and it translates to like 3 more meals, right? Like
100% why it happened.
Yeah. And that's what I think it's more that than, necessarily some person saying, no, we're not doing this anymore. I think it's that, it to me, it feels like one of these, Disney was extending a courtesy and people took advantage of it.
Yeah.
And because of that, they've had to pull it back. And to be fair, like I can't think in recent history of any other, like, I mean, we do a lot of meals in the parks and stuff. Like those same meals in the parks, they're not offering you to go anything. Like you're not,
no.
But I mean, like I wouldn't walk around the park with a to-go box. I mean, unless I was like leaving right away, then it'd be like, yeah, I'm going back, home. Let's get a to-go box. But still, like, I guess it's setting a weird precedent, and I get why. It was the way it was, but I also get why they may have pulled back from it. Or I guess that's my take on it.
I just think there's a better way to do that, right? Like if you're gonna be like that, then that's okay. But how about we instead say, I'm not saying take orders, but like how difficult would it be to say to each person at the table, okay, well, which meat are you eating, right?
Yeah,
and then they could bring out the commensurate amount for what, like, you know what I mean? Because right now they just bring out whatever, and it's just so wasteful to me. I just don't like the waste of it, like for no reason. You know what I mean? Like when
maybe because I think about like a Garden Grill, it's like that's kind of what happens at Garden Grill.
Yes,
they bring out like a reasonable amount. Everybody kind of gets what they want, and then you can ask for more. But it's like it's not an overt amount for the table, right?
Agreed.
Like it's not a giant amount of it. So maybe that's something that Ohana is.
They should do
figuring
that,
out,
right? Because Garden Grill, you're 100% correct. That's what happened, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like we tore through our turkey there, and immediately they brought us out more, and like a small thing. That's great. That minimizes the food waste. Ohana doesn't do that. They just bring you
just here's mountain of food, and
they literally brought they brought a mountain of shrimp. There's only one person at the table that's eating shrimp, and that's my wife, right? So like she can't eat the mountain of shrimp. Right. So like, I don't know. I just feel like they should change that. And I mean, I said something to the waiter. I was like, so much waste for the food. I'm like, I know it's not you, but like, I hate the waste of the food. He's like, we compost everything and we turn stuff into biofuel. And I'm like, that's still not okay though. We're wasting food. I just don't get
I love that that's the answer. Everything is like, oh, we turn it into biofuel. Well, no, but you're
still wasting it.
The amount of resources and energy that you're wasting to do that, it's not a net
just a
gain.
Better way. There's a better way to do it. Yeah. And I'm not trying to criticize Ohana here because like I said, we had a great experience. Our waiter was fantastic. Food's fantastic. I think
it's an observation.
It's a better way. They could do it a better way because there are other restaurants that are doing it that better way. Like, and you can reduce the amount of food waste that you have. So I don't want to get on a soapbox about that. I just wanted to bring it up.
Okay.
So after Ohana, it's like, I don't know, 7:30 or something like that. We decide we're going to go up to the top of the world, to the bar up there, just to check it out. By the way, we're not, going to have drinks or anything. We just want to, like, my mom just wanted to go up there, and because she'd heard of it, right? So we go up there, and just walk around a little bit. It's starting to storm though, right? Starting to storm. But the reason I highlighted on here is because I was a little annoyed by it, Trevor.
Okay.
So because we went inside and we sat down, and someone came up to us and like, I'll take your drink order. We're like, oh no, we're not getting any drinks. We're just kind of hanging out and like checking it out. And she's just like, oh, okay, that's fine, I guess. And like just walks. Like, she's really rude about it. Like really rude about the fact we weren't ordering anything. It's like, can't I just come up here and like walk around? Like, why is this why do you have to be rude about it? Like, and yeah, it just was not a touchy-feely experience, and it was not a good one. She just was very rude, and it was just like, if you're not buying anything, get out. That's kind of how it was. It's like,
feels very reflective of the changes that they've been making to Top of the World over time.
That's what it was, really, because it was like, oh, we're going to have all these people here, with the party later.
Spending money.
Yeah. So you need to get out. Okay, fine, whatever. So we didn't stay there long. We ended up just leaving. So that was it for day one. We're already 35 minutes in, Trevor, and I'm only on day one.
I think some of these things will be able to speed through a lot quicker. Yeah.
All right, day two, Epcot, right?
Yeah, Epcot.
So Epcot opened at 9 a.m. that day. Early entry, 8:30. We got up. We were a little tired from the day before still. We got up at I think a reasonable time, hopped on the monorail, got ourselves over to Epcot. By the time we got there, it was like 8:35, right? So it was like right after early rope drop. Yeah. Early entry, right? And honestly, the park was dead, right? So we had a lightning lane to do Spaceship Earth, but we were right there, and it was walk on. So we're like, let's just go do it, right? Let's go.
Yeah.
Right. So we did. And then we had a lightning lane also for, I think our first one of the day was for Ratatouille, right? Which was probably a mistake because we had to go all the way to the back of the park.
Yes, I learned that mistake with my son. We did the rope drop to Ratatouille. That is way further than you think it is.
Yeah, it's only a good idea if you're staying at like Boardwalk or Beach Club and coming in from the International Gateway, Don't recommend rope dropping Ratatouille. No. We didn't do we had here's the thing, we had the lightning lane.
But it was an early lightning lane, so you had to like beeline over there.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But before we did that, we did Soarin', because again, Soarin' was a 10-minute wait after we got off of Spaceship Earth. Or it was like a 15-minute wait. So we're like, let's just go. Like, that's basically walk on for Soarin'. Right.
So you know why this is the case for rope drop, right?
Yeah. What do you mean? Like, why? Because everyone's going to Guardians and Test Track?
Exactly. Yeah, you said there was nobody in the park. No, everybody was at Guardians.
They were just on the other side of the park. Yeah,
exactly. Yes.
Yes. Yeah. They were just on the other side of the park. That's correct.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we went over to Soarin'. I really like the Soarin' over America. I will say, I don't want to. Okay, so let me do this here. As a spoiler alert thing here, right? Just so we don't ruin it for anybody. Yeah. Okay, that's our spoiler alert sound. So then Trevor, you don't mind if I
go for it
for you? Yeah.
All good.
So they have Patrick Warburton doing the intro like he did before, but he recorded a new intro for Soarin' Across America, and then hands it off to his old self in the intro.
Whoa.
Yeah. So like, it's just kind of weird, right? Especially since he's rocking like a mustache in the new version, and the old one he doesn't. But it works. It works because it's funny, and they like acknowledge it, right? So I'll say this though, I liked the locations that they went to, and I think it was well done. My biggest problem is, my favorite part of Soarin' is the part in the score when you get kind of that build up, and then it's like bum 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 bum, like you get that like really big moment, right?
Yeah.
Didn't really have that in this one. They had the music part, but what they were showing didn't have that kind of
it wasn't
reveal
to like flying over a mountain or something.
It was, but it was like this camera was turning to reveal more of the mountain for that part, and it's like, you can't kind of beat the part where you're flying over the waterfall and all of a sudden you see all the waterfalls right at that moment. Like, it just wasn't, that part was a little bit of a miss for me, but overall I liked it. I thought it was well done. I liked the locales they went to. It just, there was a little disconnect there for me. I will say it felt like there were less scents. There were like maybe 2 that I can think of. There might have been a third. And also it didn't feel like as much movement as the ones in the past. It felt very like we weren't moving that much,
like you were just kind of sitting and like,
yeah, even my
flying
mom,
straight.
Yeah, even my mom, who she love hates Soarin'. Like she loves it, but she also like doesn't like the heights of it, so she like closes her eyes for half of it. She made the comment to me, she's like, "Oh, this one doesn't move as much as the other ones." And I was like, "Yeah, I mean,
interesting.
I could see that." So I really liked that. We did Ratatouille. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't mind the switch to the 2D without the 3D glasses. I thought it was still fairly effective.
I feel like it didn't need the 3D glasses.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. My daughter doesn't like 3D glasses, and so that made her a little happy that she didn't have to deal with that. And I thought the effect was still good. Because like it's like you go on Mickey and Minnie's, like the one scene where you go down the waterfall, that still works even though you're not wearing 3D glasses, right? Like it's still, you still feel like you're going over the waterfall, and I felt like you still kind of felt those things on this ride too. So
it still has the movement and everything is still there.
Yeah. I was laughing though because there's a part in Ratatouille where Remy opens the champagne bottle and it sprays you with like air and water and stuff. And very clear, and I hadn't seen this before, but there's different things in Disney rides where, like especially like the trackless rides where they have like these blocking systems, right? Where if they're not going fast enough in front, they have to delay you a little bit, right? The ones in the that are in the ride, you have to kind of get delayed, while everything clears in front of you, right? And this happens on like Mickey and Minnie's, especially in the Daisy scene where, so sometimes you'll stay there a little bit longer. But the one that was making me laugh on Ratatouille is Remy's going to open the champagne bottle. And basically the delay is he just can't open the bottle. You're just sitting there while he's struggling to open the cork. And he's just going like, like we're literally there for minutes just watching him try to pop this cork and he can't. And I was like, this is hilarious.
That's nice.
So, yeah, it was really funny. So then we were right over there. So it was like, well, we got to take our ride on the Skyliner because the Skyliner's a ride. Don't let anyone tell you differently. Skyliner's a ride.
I can't disagree with that.
Yep. Skyliner's a ride. Always. So we did a little ride on the Skyliner, just to the Caribbean beach and back.
You went all the way to Caribbean Beach. I thought you would have like gone to Riviera and got off, but you did the full.
No, we did the full, man. We did the full one.
Did it let you stay on, or did you have to get off and get back on?
No, you got to get off and get back on again.
Okay.
So, we also, and I think my order's right on this. So after we did the Skyliner, we went over to GoofyCore, which is the thing they're doing for the summertime, here, where they're doing like activities and stuff within CommuniCore Hall, which is why it's called GoofyCore, right? So at this point, we get off the Skyliner and I can see the sky, right? I can see what's going on in the sky above us, right? Rain's a-coming, right? I mean, it's coming, right? The storm's coming. So we go and go over to GoofyCore, and there's seats in there and stuff like that. And it was a good thing we did because like maybe 10 minutes after we got there, it just starts downpouring. I also want to mention, I didn't forget. I couldn't find our ponchos. I swear that I put them in the Disney drawer that I have now in my house, but they were not there. So clearly I put them somewhere else. I have no idea where. So we're poncho-less and it's pouring rain. Just like literally, when I say pouring, I mean it's like monsooning outside. So luckily we had gotten ourselves a spot in GoofyCore, and my daughter was having the time of her life there. Honestly, when I first read about it, I was like, okay, this sounds like it could be cool, I guess, maybe. I don't know, right? But we went and did it, and it was so well done. Like the way they have it decorated in there, the people that they have working there, the activities, like the stage is all like interactive and stuff. Like it was really cool and really well done. My daughter did not want to leave, and we were there for like an hour at least. So that was really cool.
You bring up a good point that, I think a lot of people underestimate how much, like, we talk about these like, shows or like limited time events that they do
Yeah.
And you always kind of downplay it as like, well, but it's not like, you know, the big attraction. It's not the same as like X ride or whatever. But I think a lot of people sleep on the fact that Disney does put a lot of effort into those things. And I think you saw that, right?
Yeah, I mean, they always do, right? Like, and I didn't expect like a half-baked kind of thing, but like it just was so well done. My daughter's there hula hooping. They're doing like a keepy uppy type of game. They're doing, they have all sorts of stuff like on the floor that games they were doing. And then Goofy and Max are out there like interacting with the kids the entire time. And then, for the adults, there's seats, we're sitting. And we're in an air-conditioned building.
That part out.
Yeah, and we're in an air-conditioned building. Like, it was fantastic. Like, and it's funny you said that, though, Trevor, because I had the same thought. I'm sitting here and thinking, like, I pay all this money for us to, come here, and we're doing this. But as I'm sitting there, I'm just like, yeah, but this is something she can't do anywhere but here. Like, you know what I mean? And, like, this is part of it, right? This is a big... And, I mean, they had... I don't know, probably 6 or 7 cast members, besides the characters working it too. And I mean, and they were great. They were like really into it. Like I said, they were really interacting with all the kids. And like, in a weird way, I almost turned it completely around where I'm just like, no, this is what Disney's really all about, right? This is,
that people sleep on that. Those experiences are as valid as the rides and everything else.
Yeah. It's completely true. So we did that for a while. Break in the rain. Break in the rain happened. For it. Yeah, so we made a run for it. We went over to the land. And because we had we went first to Living Seas. Did the Living Seas thing. We don't really need to talk about that. We just did all that. And then we went to the land and we went on Soarin' again. And we did Living with the Land because of course we did.
Well, you have to, yeah.
Cannot do that, right? I bought ponchos at that point because it was pouring again, which they were selling at Sunshine Seasons, which I appreciated.
That's good to know.
Yeah, they were. Yeah. They had. I mean, I know they usually will like as soon as it starts raining, like a sign goes up that says ponchos, and like every place that you didn't know sold ponchos sells ponchos. But like seriously, but I was like, oh, Sunshine Seasons. I didn't expect that one, but okay, great, I'll take it. And so we ran our way over to the DVC lounge, to Imagination because we hopped on Figment, and then I went to go up into the DVC lounge, which had a wait list. But Trevor, Membership Magic Beyond, not here to plug for it, but they were like, oh, there's like 20 people ahead of you, and I'm like, well, I have Membership Magic Beyond. They're like, oh, we'll get you in like as soon as we can. I was like, okay, cool. And then 5 minutes later, I got a text, and we were able to go up. Which it had been a while since we had been up to the lounge, and it's just a really great place to hang out, especially when it's pouring rain out like that. I mean, it was literally pouring, so a lot of people were trying to get up there. So we just sat there for a while, honestly, kind of enjoyed the rain, had some drinks, and we were waiting for our Garden Grill reservation. So we did Garden Grill, right? Awesome as always, great food. We had a really good time. Lots of characters. They come around to your table multiple times, and that's really a nice thing that you don't really get at the other ones because it's just a big circle. So yeah, we like almost immediately after we sat down, we had a bunch of characters. We like had characters like coming through,
Chip and Dale and Mickey and
Mickey. And
I feel I feel like you're also kind of exposing a secret. Like these are reasons why I like going to Garden Grill.
Yeah.
Because it's like it does like because we have done the other like Crystal Palace and stuff, and I'm not discounting those as like bad, but Garden Grill is set up a little bit differently because it is a rotating restaurant and all that. And I feel like a lot of people underestimate it. So
yeah, I would agree with that. It's great. Like it's consistently great. The food was really good. We really enjoyed it. We had a great time with characters, great waitress, all that.
Do they have mac and cheese?
Of course, with goldfish on the top.
Yeah.
So after that, we finished with that, and we decided at this point, listen, it's been raining. It doesn't look like it's going to let up. So, and there was a lot more stuff we wanted to do. We barely went to the World Showcase. We literally just did Ratatouille and like came back again. Like I wanted to get poutine at the new poutineery over there, but the weather was just bad, and we really. It was, we really kind of...
You don't want wet poutine.
No, and it just prevented us from doing a lot of things. Yeah. This is not like a drizzle. I mean, this is, downpouring.
I know what you're talking about.
It was a lot. Yeah. So now to the part that we were teasing earlier.
Mm-hmm.
So we decided
you put this on Facebook, so people
but not
in
everybody
Facebook group and stuff, and the Discord,
not everybody that listens to the show is in our Facebook or
Fair.
Vice versa, right? So, so we go to the creation shop there because we told my daughter she could do some shopping, right? So we went and did that, and then I'm me being me, I say I want to go to Club Cool, because I to me an Epcot trip is not.
You got to try got to try the sodas, even though you've had them.
Yeah, even though I've had them, I need to go have
the sodas.
I got to have some Country Club. I got to have some
that cucumber
cucumber Sprite. Yeah, you got to have some cucumber Sprite. Right. So we go into Club Cool, and my daughter and I go up to the machines, and my mom and my wife are kind of standing behind us, like a little bit further back, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so they're not trying sodas, just my daughter and I are. So we're trying sodas, and I hear my wife going, Tom, like that kind of thing, Tom. Just like kind of yelling at me without yelling at me.
Yeah.
Right. And I was like, maybe I'm doing something. Like maybe I'm doing something stupid. Like am I in somebody's way? Like, am I being rude or whatever? So I look at her and because she says it a couple times, and then I turn around and I go, what? And she goes, Tom, John Stamos. I'm like, what? Like, what are you talking about? I'm like, what do you mean? Like she's doing it in a way like she's having she's like shaking basically at me.
Yeah.
And I was like, so I walked over. And I'm like, what are you talking about? She goes, John Stamos is right there. And I'm like, what? And so I look over and there's John Stamos just at Club Cool. And all this happened very quickly, Trevor. Mm-hmm. Okay. This all happened very fast. And I'm not even sure what happened, right? It just all kind of happened quickly, right? So my wife's like, take a picture. And I was like, well, that's kind of creepy. I'm taking a picture of him from afar, right?
Yeah.
So also he was with, he had a Plaid, of course, right?
Yeah.
And there was a blonde woman with him who I did not recognize, right?
Oh, I think, was it Stephanie from Sweden? Is that?
I'm pretty sure that it was Kimmy Gibbler.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Because I know the bunch of them were together. I saw photos afterwards that like Dave Coulier and Jody and like there was a bunch of Full House people there.
Yeah. So what I found out later is that they were there because there was a convention called NostalgiaCon in town and in Orlando that week. And basically all the Full House people were there. With the exception of I think what's her name? The older sister.
Candace.
Her.
Cameron.
She was,
I can't remember her last name.
Yeah. No, you're right. She wasn't there, I don't think, and of course the Olsens, who want nothing to do with any of this.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, there was a blonde there, and I see somebody say something that they saw her first, and I the only reason I don't think it's Jodie Sweetin is because Jodie Sweetin's not blonde, and this person was very blonde.
Jodie Sweetin is blonde.
I thought she was dark. I saw a picture of her and she was darker haired.
I'm looking. I Googled her right now. All the images are blonde.
She was. I would have recognized Jodie Sweetin.
Okay, so it could. Either way,
this was not like all the pictures I'm seeing her have like kind of like mixed colors. This was really blonde,
like
and short hair.
Blonde,
short hair too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, short hair. I'm almost positive it was Kimmy Gibbler. Almost positive. But anyway, so she kind of walked to the side, and then the person that the Plaid that was with him said to my wife that that John was willing to take pictures with fans, take a couple of pictures with fans. Because listen, I would never ask, right? Like I'm just not that kind of person to go and ask. But if you're going to tell me you'll take some pictures, sure, I'll jump in.
That's the opportunity.
Yeah. So my wife quickly goes and takes a selfie with him. And then my mom's like, well, I want to take a picture too. And I'm like, well, I do too. So like, we just kind of like ran over to him, basically. A couple pictures got taken. Like, we never even spoke to him. There was no speaking, right? It was literally just, we ran over. He puts his arm around my mom and I, takes a picture. And that's the end of the interaction. Like, literally. And then literally I go back to my wife and my mom. And then moments later, he's just gone. It's like he disappeared into thin air, like just poof. Like,
I'm sure he had to, or
it was very quickly turning into people figured out that he was there, and people were starting to filter into Club Cool to see him. So it was becoming a thing, right? But I mean, we got our pictures. I am still laughing at his Marvel, incognito disguise of a hat and sunglasses.
I mean, the glasses one, he wears glasses like a lot.
He does, but he looked like he was trying to be incognito.
I think you'd be surprised how much a hat actually can do that work. But yeah, like obviously the fact that your wife spotted him means it wasn't like super effective.
Well, you can see it in the picture. Like if you haven't seen this picture, go onto our Facebook. I posted it there. You can see in the picture. But listen, he was very nice to take pictures with us, and I don't expect anybody, famous or not, to take pictures on vacation, right? But the funny thing was, later in our trip, I was on the elevator with somebody that my wife had seen earlier, I guess, and had talked to them, like just another guest. And he was like, "Oh, I met John Stamos at Tiana's." And we're like, "I guess Stamos is just going around the parks taking pictures with people because, like,
well, he's probably has days at the park and just." I mean, he is a big Disney fan. Like
he is a big Disney guy, and I mean, I think he's more of a Disneyland guy than World, but he's just an overall Disney guy.
If you're in town for a convention, why would you not plan for a few days at Disney as well, right?
I'm also convinced he was in Club Cool to trick Kimmy Gibbler into drinking Beverly. Like I'm not actually joking about this. I really think
that was it.
Yeah. Well, why else is Stamos in Club Cool? Why? Like. He wasn't tasting anything. He was just standing there.
Kind of standing. Yeah, that is weird. That you make a good point. Like, why would you go into Club Cool if you're not? Or I guess, sorry, I wouldn't go into Club Cool unless I'm trying stuff.
Yes,
but I do know of people that are like Coca-Cola fans, and there is like a weird collectible.
Oh, like the merch stuff.
So I mean, that it could have been that, I guess. But yeah,
but this is where Trevor was fake mad at me, is that I got to meet John Stamos.
Yeah, I mean, just like I know you didn't have a conversation or anything with him,
we didn't. No.
Just the fact that you just stumbled upon an opportunity like that. Like I've said to my wife, there is a small list of people that it's like I wish I could meet these people, like people that I know go to Disney in a Disney theme park, like they're like. And John Stamos is one of those people. It's like, he's a Disney fan, all that. And it's like, it would just be cool to see him and be like, hey, like,
I would have liked to talk to him, honestly. Yeah. Like I would, and maybe this is just me being really bad at social media and the internet and stuff. Like I would much rather just have a conversation with John Stamos than have have a picture taken and put on the internet. Like, because the picture does nothing for me. I didn't speak to him. We didn't have a guy. Like, what? I mean, he's just a guy, right? Like, so. But at the same time,
it was just been like, I loved you on Full House, and that's
truthfully, it happened so quickly that I didn't even have words to say.
Yeah, like you were in shock and trying to process. Yeah,
like literally, it was just like, get the picture, get out. It was not, and he wasn't trying to rush people. He was, I mean, you can see in the picture, he puts on the good smile, and
it was probably the plaids were more like, we gotta hurry up.
The plaid was thrilled. I mean, I don't know, But yeah, so that was my John Stamos experience. What a random thing to happen, but it was pretty cool. And after that, like I said, he just poofed into thin air. I have no idea where he went after that because I didn't see him when we walked out of Club Cool. So I don't know.
There is backstage doors.
Oh he probably went backstage. So, I assume he went backstage, especially because what happened next was another monsoon.
Yeah. I mean, there are worse ways to spend a rainy day at Disney.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Like,
I agree. So, so we threw our ponchos back on and we got to the monorail. By the time we got to the monorail, though, we were soaked, like absolutely soaked, because it was raining so hard. Like my shoes were just soaking wet. Like it was, and we took the monorail back and
that's why you have a dryer.
Oh, also though, annoying thing. So on the way, when you make the transition of the TTC from the resort monorail to the EPCOT monorail, in that direction, it's a covered walkway to go from station to station. Yep. Not in the other direction, though.
Because you get off and you have to like go down the ramp and come back around and up.
Exactly. So so it was still pouring, so we're like, no, because we thought we were good, because I forgot that it wasn't covered like the first one around. So Do we want to do sponsor really quick, and then we'll?
And then we can go through the last 2 days of this, or I guess.
And I'll go faster. I promise.
Yeah. No, it's fine. Okay, so I don't know if we covered this at the beginning of the episode, but we know that there's D23 stuff going on, and we will come back to that. We're actually going to do 2 episodes this weekend because of that. So you're going to get part 1 and part 2 of this episode, but. The second part will be later.
Part 1 is the trip report. Part 2 we're gonna do video. So if you're if you're listening to this, the episode's already out, right? So you would have seen it. So but all the D23 stuff we're gonna do on video, and we'll have that episode out at the same time. An audio obviously an audio only version and a video version. So you can choose which one you want.
So this week our episode is brought to you by DVC Resale Market, which is a keyholder vacation company and is the leader in the DVC resale industry with 13 former Disney Vacation Club guides and 3 former Disney Vacation Club quality assurance managers. If you're thinking of buying DVC, browse the largest selection of DVC resale listings anywhere with DVC experts on hand 7 days a week to answer your questions. If you're thinking of selling, turn to the friendly professionals at DVC Resale Market, where over 98% of listings sell within 30 days. In 2025, DVC Resale Market helped over 4,400 families join or add on to their memberships. Go to dvcresalemarket.com/welcome home or call 1-844-DVC-PROS. That's 382-7767. And when you speak to them, be sure to let them know that Welcome Home sent you.
So coming off my Stamos high,
so you went back to your room and decompressed.
Yeah, listen, this was like quite like a shift, right? Because we were all like giddy about meeting Stamos, and then we immediately shifted into, it's monsooning. Like, now we have to trudge through the rain to get to the monorail. Luckily, we were close to the front of the park, but we got soaked. Whatever. Then we just kind of hung out at the resort for the rest of the night because it was pouring. I mean, there was no fireworks to go see. It was just the weather was just bad, right?
Yeah.
So, again, I understand. So, day 3, Animal Kingdom. Here's Animal Kingdom opens at 8 a.m. So early entry is 7:30. Now, we are pretty early people because my daughter's usually up at 6 a.m. But we were a little,
That's a rough morning.
That's a rough one though. Yeah, because like even if you're up at 6 a.m., you have to basically leave in a half hour to really get there by 7.
Yeah,
right?
Unless you're staying at Animal Kingdom Lodge where you can get there quickly. It takes a bit to get over to Animal Kingdom. Yeah,
and our plan was we were going to rope drop Flight of Passage. We were going to get my daughter on Flight of Passage. And that didn't work out. Because by the time we got there, we went straight to Pandora, and it was already almost an hour wait for Flight of Passage.
I still would have done it for an hour.
I would have done it too, but my daughter was already kind of like, she didn't want to do it. So we were kind of, like,
well, that's fair.
We needed her not to have that time to think about it.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, you don't want to force the issue if it's going to become a thing. Yeah.
Yeah. So actually, we ended up going on Navi River Journey instead, which we hadn't done in a long time. But we figured my daughter would like that because it's it's a boat ride, and
she had never been on it.
She
before.
hadn't. No, and there was no wait for it really, so we decided to just do that.
So I mean that's a good lead in for like the next time because now she kind of knows what is in the ride and be like, hey, this is like, Flight of Passage is the cooler version of Navi River Journey.
That's listen, it's a good ride. It's just not like, it's just very chill.
It's a good water ride, but sorry, if you put the two of them side by side, Flight of Passage is just a better ride.
No. Navi River Journey would be like an A-ticket attraction. It's probably not that low. It's probably more like a C, I guess, maybe. But
I put it at B. But,
that's fair. And obviously, Flight of Passage is an E-ticket. So I mean, it's but it's fine. And listen, the animatronic was working perfectly. So. That was, an overall theme, Trevor. Maybe I should wait till the end to do an overall theme. But one of the overall themes of our trip that I noticed this time is like the rides were in really good condition. Like from the last time we went, like all the animatronics were working. Like it just was, everything was in good working order.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And which was good. And the other thing we noticed is that the cast members we had this time were fantastic. They're always good. And, occasionally you get a cranky one. But we got over-the-top fantastic cast members this trip. Like, just really, really great ones. Like, every cast member was, would say hello to us. They were asking how we were doing. Like it was just an interesting feel this time, and like I said, you usually get that, but sometimes you have some of the this was like above average, I feel like.
So you do bring up a good point though, just on like the ride maintenance and that kind of stuff, is that I realized, like, thinking back to like a year, 2 years ago, like the amount of just social media posts I saw around
broken stuff,
like this, what's Disney doing? They're not maintaining, and I like in the same forums that I do browse for Disney stuff, I'm not seeing that now. Yeah. So that is a fair, like, it's a weird thing that it's like people aren't like commenting on like, hey, this is great.
Yeah.
But it clearly is. But I guess it speaks to, like, people will always point out the negative before the positive. So thank you for bringing that up.
Yeah, I just it was something I noticed, and like something like the one in Navi River Journey, where that's one of the most complicated animatronics they have, and seeing it in it, I think the second time we went on it, that one was down, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that one is really impressive. It's a really impressive animatronic. So for it to be up and see it and everything, and like even when we did Rise of the Resistance, all the animatronics were working there too, which again, that's another one you get a lot of people will complain about, Kylo Ren's not working or
B mode
like
and stuff.
And everything was working, so that was great to see, that kind of thing. But anyway, so after Pandora, I am hungry because we hadn't eaten breakfast. It's early still. It's maybe like 8:30, right?
Were you hangry or just hungry?
I was getting there.
Okay, you're almost hangry.
I think, I probably have said this before. I love breakfast, right? I'm a big breakfast guy. I could eat breakfast all day long.
Yep.
I love eggs. I love, bacon. I just love everything breakfast. I could eat breakfast for every single meal. And I'm the type of person that I like having a breakfast every day, and that gets me kind of going for the day, right? If I don't have my breakfast, I need some food, right? Mm-hmm. So I was searching around for breakfast, but the problem was there was no real breakfast going on until like 9:00, right? Which kind of stunk because I was like, it's like 8:30, and I'm like, I'm hungry, like I want food.
Interesting.
But we were walking over, so they have breakfast at Yak and Yeti, at like not the Yak and Yeti proper, but like the little quick service they have next to it, yeah. And so we started walking over there, and as we're walking over there, my wife goes, "Hey, why don't we, since it's not open yet, why don't we do the new Zootopia thing under Tree of Life?" And I was like, "Oh, yeah, we can do that now that there's not spiders coming down from the ceiling." Because that was my wife's big problem with it. Well, one of them, she didn't love Tough to Be a Bug. So, and we wanted to check it. Yeah, my daughter loves Zootopia, so we wanted to check it out. A lot of people, that one got really trashed on the internet, I feel like, and I don't know, I don't get why. I liked it. I thought it was fun.
I think the internet opinion is like, those are extreme opinions a lot of the times. And it doesn't do it justice. Like I even when people like downplay stuff, it's like you got to go see it yourself and really decide.
I thought it was fun, honestly. And my daughter really liked it. I mean, the effects that they did were funny. I mean, is it like a really cohesive, well put together story? Not really.
Does it need to be? No,
it was fun. It was silly and fun. They did a lot of like, cool effects with it. I think it was a good successor to Stuff to Be a Bug. Honestly, I think it was good.
Okay.
But
so did you find breakfast afterwards?
Yes, Yak and Yeti, which was really good. I'm trying to remember what I had. Oh man, now I gotta like look it up. But it was really good. Maybe just because I was really hungry. But let me find. I gotta find this now because I gotta remember what I had. Oh man. Okay, here we go. Breakfast. What did I eat? Oh, I had
hash browns and stuff.
Yeah. So I had a sausage and egg English muffin, which is a simple, straightforward thing. Yeah. But they had these they have like these hash brown bites. Oh, the hash brown bites are so good. They were so good. Yeah. But anyway,
their sausage and egg McMuffin is the same price as a burger.
It was pricey. That one was pricey. I don't know why. But anyway.
Yeah. Back to our previous conversation about food being reasonable at Disney.
But I noticed most things are, but some things are really weirdly priced. And
$14 for an English muffin is a lot.
But it was big. It was big. It was not. Fair. It was like probably twice the size of like a McMuffin you get from like a McDonald's. So but yeah, that one is fair. And there are certain things that I was like, that is oddly expensive. Like that, I wouldn't think would be expensive, but for some reason expensive. And maybe it's just like a material. Maybe sausages, especially whatever sausage you're using, is super expensive right now. I don't know. It could be that. Yeah. But anyway.
Okay, moving on.
By and large, things were reasonable. So after that, we did the safari. We did Kilimanjaro Safari, which had. Oh wait, I completely forgot to put Bluey on here. Oh, that's funny. So we went and did Bluey over at the what you call it, Rafiki's Planet Watch, which
Planet Watch, or
but what is it called now? Why am I blanking? Conservation Station. Yeah,
Conservation Station. Yeah.
So. I have to say, we didn't really wait that long to get onto the train, but they were packed trains, like they were full trains, right? So it's not the train holds a lot of people. And again, I'm gonna do a little bit of this, okay, just in case in case you're really into Bluey stuff. I don't want to ruin it for you, but one of the best parts about it was getting on the train. They changed the audio recording on the train, and so like as the trains.
It's Robert Irwin now, isn't it?
It is, but they also intersperse like a lot of Bluey clips. And I like literally as the train starts going, they have Bandit going, train leaving, which is from one of the. And it was just, I didn't expect it. And it just hit me in a place that I was dying laughing. I was like, that's amazing that they did that. But then they have, they have a different narration and they kind of weave in some of the Bluey clips. So like, I like that they did that, that they didn't just, leave the narration. Like they really made it like Bluey and they like really personalized it Bluey and, all the stuff that they changed over there it was really, really well done, but I couldn't stop laughing about it. It was so great. The only thing, and they, of course, he did train stopping too when we got there. So, but there was a lot of people, there's a lot of people going to it, obviously, as you know. But like the actual show itself and like what they did in the conservation station is they really, it's well decorated. Like they really did a good job making it very Bluey. Like everything is Bluey over there now, and it's very well done. And it's such a weird thing, and I understand why they did it though, because essentially it reminded me a lot of what we did with GoofyCore, where Goofy's not doing pictures with people, but Goofy is going with all the kids and playing these games with them. And that's kind of what this is. Like, it's not a meet and greet, right? They just basically they come out for they do like a 10-minute show. Basically they come out, they play a couple games. Bluey and Bingo are wandering through the crowd and interacting with the kids, and then they kick all those people out and bring in a new group. Like it's literally just like one after the other. Like, and it's really well organized, but we probably waited 20 minutes, I think, and you can just watch the whole show while you're in there. But listen, it was very cute. It was very cool the way they did it with Bluey and everything. So we got to check that out, and that was a lot of fun. We were going to do the kangaroo and wallaby thing, but common theme here, started raining. So that happened.
Got back on the train and you left.
Back on the train, going over to the safari, right?
Yeah, right. So I know about this part because you posted about it. You posted about it on Discord.
So this is probably the other thing you're annoyed with.
No, like I've had not a breakdown like what you had.
Yeah,
but I've had points where it's stopped, and like we've seen. Kilimanjaro is such a weird timing thing. Like it's a hard ride to, or if you want to see certain things, it's like.
But this is why I love Kilimanjaro Safari, because every time you go on it, it is a different ride, right? Because you don't know what you're going to see, you don't know what's going to happen, right? And so we did Kilimanjaro Safari. First of all, the line was crazy. I don't know what was going on in Animal Kingdom that day, but it was nuts. I don't think I've ever seen the line for Kilimanjaro Safari that long. I don't know. It was nuts. Luckily, we had a lightning lane. So that was...
I was going to say, I don't know that I've stood in line for Kilimanjaro in the last 15 years. Like,
lifesaver.
Always lightning lane or previously fast pass it. So,
yeah. We still call them fast passes, whatever.
Yeah.
I just don't want to confuse anybody. But when we were there, I called it lightning lane never. I just did fast pass for everything.
Yeah. We got a fast pass. Let's go.
Yeah. So we hop on board. And first of all, this Kilimanjaro Safari trip that we were on, I don't think we've ever seen the amount of animals that we saw on this trip. We saw so many animals and like a lot of them. Like usually when we go, the cheetahs are all sleeping. This time we saw 2 cheetahs running back and forth in the enclosure. Never see that, right? Never see the cheetahs are always sleeping, right? Like, you can see them, they're sleeping, but this time they weren't.
Maybe the rain worked to your advantage.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Then we get out.
It's not quite as hot out. It's
not quite as hot. Yeah. Then I did notice, and I don't remember seeing news about this, but the alligator area was completely drained. And they must have them off stage. I don't know if they're like refurbing their thing, but I will tell you this: if I paid all that money for a Wild Africa trek, and you walk over that bridge and there's no alligators or crocodiles, whatever they are underneath, I don't know, it kind of ruins it a little bit, like that's the lure, right? You're walking over this little bridge that's over top of the crocodile thing, and just you're just walking over an empty area.
Here's a concrete pond.
Okay. Be afraid of the concrete pond. You may fall into concrete. Okay, sure. Anyway, so we're seeing tons of giraffes out on the safari, out on the savannah, and they're standing in the roadway. So we're getting stopped a bunch. And one of them just stood in front of our truck for like 5 minutes. So, and they don't try to move them, right?
Like, they don't honk at them or anything.
No, they don't like honk at them. Yeah. They don't try to they just let them do their thing, which I actually appreciate. Like that's what you should do. Like you shouldn't, push these animals to do these things. Now, given after a certain amount of time, they do bring out like the warden with like treats and stuff, and they draw them away from it, but they're not like beeping at them or anything, right? So
I feel like some of the animals could be smart enough to like,
to try to make that happen.
Do it deliberately just because they want treats.
Well, that's what my dog does. I mean, my dog's constantly. My dog knows that occasionally I give him a treat when I let him outside. So now he jumps on the door all the time to go outside because he's thinking, "Oh, I might get a treat." You're not wrong. But so we sat, and the giraffes were really close to the vehicle, which was really great. But so we get to the lion area, right, and our truck stops, right. And the guide gets on and says, we've had some problems with the rhinos today. The rhinos keep getting into the ride path and stopping us. So she's like, I think we're stuck because of the rhinos. Okay. Right. So we're sitting there. We're like right at like the turning towards the lions. Right. So we're sitting there, and then eventually she comes back on and she goes, so it's actually not the rhinos. She goes, one of the trucks ahead of us is broken down. So she's like, we're going to have to sit here and wait for a tow truck to come to get that. And it was like maybe 2 or 3 trucks ahead of us. Right. So it's like, okay. So we sat there for like 20 minutes.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Which I don't think has ever happened on Kilimanjaro Safaris.
I think the most I've ever been stopped is for 10 minutes. So yeah.
This was it was a bit of a long stop. Right. And it's, it was hot out. So we're all kind of like dying a little bit. But on the bright side, once we started back up again, we go around the corner for the in the lion enclosure, which, listen, I've done Kilimanjaro Safari. I don't even know how many times. I mean, at least 20 times, right? Like we've done it so many times because we really do love it. And I don't think I've ever seen a lion standing up even, right?
Oh,
like they're always sleeping. They sleep a lot. They sleep like 20 some hours a day, I think, right? Mm-hmm. Most of the time I see them sleeping, right? We come around the corner, and the lioness is sitting, like kind of sitting on her butt with like, but sitting up on the front, and she just has her mouth open, staring at the vehicle, right? Like, you're in my territory, I'm going to kill you. Like, like that kind of look. And the male lion is right behind her, sitting up, just kind of sitting behind her. And so that was the best lion view I've ever gotten on that ride. And I took a couple pictures and I shared them in our Discord. I don't think I posted them on Facebook, but they are some epic lion pictures, I will say, right?
Nice. Yeah.
So that was really, really cool. I don't know what that female lion was thinking, but she looked like she was ready to pounce. I think someone in Discord
or she was probably just hot and just
probably
venting.
I mean, it was a little intimidating look. I mean, you saw the picture; it's intimidating looking, but you're safe. But
I guess I don't know. So when I've seen the lions moving, I've heard the male lion chuffing, which is
really?
So it's not like a roar. It's just kind of more. It's almost like how they purr.
Like a grunt.
Yeah, it's like kind of sound. And yeah, so yeah, I know what you mean. It's like when you see it, you're like, oh my gosh, like these are like, like, you know, the sleeping lions are like, yeah, that's cool. When they're up and awake, it's a different feeling for sure.
It is. So despite the breakdown, it was one of our best rides on Kilimanjaro Safari. Believe it or not.
I said it on the Discord is that like that is one of the best rides to be broken down on, I think. Like
I would agree.
I don't think there's ever a bad time to be broken down on Kilimanjaro.
I agree. I would like it better if it was air conditioned.
I mean, you got to make sure you have some hand fans with you. That's all.
We did have some of those, yeah. So we did that. I gotten also a lightning lane for Lion King, which is totally unnecessary, but it was there and might as well, right?
Yeah.
So we went and we did the Lion King show. The only reason I marked it here was because my daughter was one of the kids that got picked at the end to go around and like shake the little shaker thing and walk around the stage. So she was thrilled with that. She had a great time with that. We did. So then we were hungry because this is like, now it's like, I don't know.
You'd been sitting on a safari for like 20 plus minutes.
Yeah.
So
and then went straight to a show and sat at the show and we're hungry. And of course, you know, to me, there's one place and one place only to eat lunch at Flame Tree. It's Flame Tree Barbecue.
In Animal Kingdom.
Yes.
Why are you not at Flame Tree?
Or Yak and Yeti, I guess.
I mean, if you can't get all the way over to Flame Tree, but they're pretty close to each other.
Yeah. Listen, I'm not going to lie. I had Yak and Yeti one time. I thought it was good. I didn't love it as much as everybody else loves it. Just going to say it.
But how was your Flame Tree?
Flame Tree was delicious. Although, so it started pouring again at this point, right? And we were halfway maybe to Flame Tree when it started pouring. And so, you know, we threw our ponchos on. But what happened was everybody started going and getting the tables at Flame Tree and sitting there to get out of the rain. And it's like, what? Like, that's just not right. Like, if you're not eating food, you shouldn't be taking up a table for people that
but people are desperate for shelter when they're not prepared for
I understand it.
Rain.
I understand that, but I also have food in my hand and I have nowhere to sit because half the tables are held up by people that are not eating. And it's like, I don't know. I just find that to be rude. Also, people were blocking the walkways because they were just hanging out onto the areas. So, like, I got my food, but I had to, like, walk out in the rain briefly.
It was like, move.
Yeah, even though I could have walked undercover the entire time, but people were blocking it because they were just standing there. And it's, again, I understand you're down there to get shelter, but, you know, move out of the way. So, it gets a little frustrating with that kind of stuff.
A bit rude.
But, I think. Yeah, it's rude. It's just rude to me. I just don't, you know, I don't love that. But it was delicious. I had pulled pork mac and cheese. Fantastic.
Nice.
They finally fixed their bird problem over there too. You know, we've been attacked by this large bird. Like,
I think since the last couple of times I've been there, like basically post COVID, I think they've gotten the birds under control there
because it was a real problem. I told this story before where the bird literally jumped on our table and took our food. Like it wasn't.
Yeah, we've seen it too. Yeah, those white birds were ruthless.
Yeah, this was like they were bigger birds too. But you know, listen, Flame Tree, delicious as usual. I did not get to have the cookie brownie ice cream sandwich like I wanted because again, it was pouring rain, and so we decided to leave and you know and just go back to the room. We did a fair amount. You know, the only thing we really didn't do was like Flight of Passage or Everest. You know. But outside of that, we did, you know, I guess Nemo too. But, you know, for the most part, here's the thing about Animal Kingdom right now with all the construction. There's not a lot going on there. I mean, just to be honest, you got Bluey, but
you didn't do the bird show.
We didn't do the bird show. We were going to do the bird show, and we just didn't because we had decided to go back because it was raining.
That's fair. I'm a little disappointed because again, the bird show is something that I think a lot of people sleep on. Yeah, the bird show is amazing.
The bird show is great. I do really. We were going to do it though, and I convinced my wife because my wife doesn't love birds, but she said the other thing we didn't do is we didn't do any of the animal trails. I wanted to do them, but again, rain.
It's a hard day at Animal Kingdom to deal with the rain for sure.
And I listen.
There's not a lot of indoor stuff now. There's really not anything indoor at Animal Kingdom.
Even just I was trying to find lightning lanes, and there's like 3 things to lightning lane right now. You know what I mean? That are worthwhile, like Everest, Kilimanjaro, and you can't even do it for Flight of Passage. It's still an individual lightning lane. So
that's a good point. I guess with the whole Dinoland
Tropical
area
Americas.
that whole area being redone. That actually does take a good chunk out of the park.
Yeah. So anyway, so we went back to our room, dried off a little bit. We decided we had planned ahead of time, especially since Animal Kingdom closes. We really wanted to see Fantasmic. We haven't seen Trevor. I haven't seen Fantasmic in person in probably 10 years. Right. Because since my daughter has been born, we really haven't been doing late stuff at the parks because she just can't stay up that late. And so like we hadn't seen it since they changed it from the pandemic. So listen, I mean, Animal Kingdom closes early, so we were going to go do it anyway, right? Like why not? We got park hoppers, let's go. So we relaxed a little bit. We got what did we eat? Oh, we just ate from the Contempo Cafe over at Contemporary. Just I got some like flatbreads and stuff. It was good. It was they have good food over there. So then we go over to Hollywood Studios. I got a fast pass, a Lightning Lane for a mini Mickey Minis because it's like my daughter's favorite ride at Hollywood Studios. So we did that, and then we went to Fantasmic about an hour early, I would say, to get a seat. Oh. Yeah, like
was the rain an issue?
The rain had stopped by this point.
Okay.
And we were, it looked like we were going to be clear for the night. There was still a chance, but it was.
You were kind of sitting there with ponchos going.
We didn't have the ponchos on because there wasn't any rain in the area. But it was also that kind of rain that like the storm just kind of comes out of nowhere. Like you can see on the radar, there's nothing, but then all of a sudden it just appears. You know what I mean?
I would have had the ponchos in the bag after.
We did.
That day. Okay.
We did.
Right.
We just weren't wearing them.
Okay. Fair.
So we waited for Fantasmic. I love Fantasmic. I really it's like one of my favorite things at Disney, and to get to see it again after so long and with all the updates and everything, it just made me really happy. It was the first time my daughter had seen it in person. She'd seen it on YouTube, but it's not the same, obviously.
It invokes some emotions that like the fireworks shows do. Like it's just like I'm so glad to be here kind of emotion, right?
It's also just like too where it's like as everybody's waiting for the show, like someone started doing the wave and everybody was doing and like when you're in those kinds of things like that where just like everybody is there to have fun and doing this fun thing together and enjoying this thing together. I don't know. It's just an experience, and it's just a really cool thing. And I also just like the scale of Fantasmic as, itself, right? Just being in that stadium is like, amazing. So,
yeah.
But it was fantastic. So after the show ends,
I see the note here.
At this point, we had met up with our traveling companions that we were going to have some meals with, right? So some friends that we were going to have a couple meals with, and so we were sitting with them at Fantasmic. They actually saved the seats for us. So, which I know is a no-no, but they did it anyway. So, the one person, she goes, I just looked at the minivans. It's $46 for right now to go back, right? And I go,
and there's two families there, and you can split it.
Well, but we all couldn't fit in one. So, I was thinking about it. I was like, do I really want to deal with the post-Fantasmic bus situation?
Getting out of Hollywood Studios after Fantasmic is always
after any like Magic Kingdom too. It's the same, right? And I'm like, this is the only nighttime show we're really going to do where we need transportation. So $46 sounds pretty good right now. So that was the second minivan we took.
Yeah.
Again, that one to me was even more of that was a better use case even than the Blizzard Beach one to me. Because those post nighttime show ones are a
you're
mess.
Tired, you just want to get back to the room, and being able to just like avoid all of it. The transition between transportation situations and all that. Yeah, I get it. Yeah. I see where your logic is, and I would have made the same choice.
And I mean, listen, before I looked at $46 and I was like, that's a lot of money. But I was also like, but is it though? Like,
I think it's, you start looking and going, I can afford this.
Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah, like, we're on vacation. It's all funny money at this point anyway.
Yeah.
So anyway, we did that. Okay, so I got to speed this up because we're an hour and a half in. So I got to go faster.
We're going to be done after this, and we'll pick up the rest.
Yeah.
Later.
Yeah. So day 4 is Magic Kingdom, right? We have a Crystal Palace at 8 a.m. Right, 8 a.m. So, which is early, right?
You had a lot of early days.
In hindsight, I was like, probably should have done it a little bit later, considering we were up till like 11 o'clock for Fantasmic. By the time Fantasmic was done and we got back, it was like 11 o'clock. So we were all a little tired, right? But the good news is we're at Bay Lake, so we can just walk into Magic Kingdom. We have time.
Yeah.
Crystal Palace, empty when we got there, which
nice.
I've never seen before. I've never been in Crystal Palace where it is like literally every table is not full. Now, given we were there for the first reservation time, which was at 8 o'clock, right? So there was only like a handful of families waiting at 8 o'clock. But even like as we were eating, it didn't really fill in that much.
People hadn't like started folding into
not much.
Crystal
No,
Palace.
The park was empty in the morning. Now, given, and this is my theory, the night prior had been the first Halloween party. So I'm thinking a lot of people did their Magic Kingdom yesterday, and because Magic Kingdom was dead. I mean, dead, Trevor. That's what I'm going to start talking about. Because while we're sitting there at Crystal Palace, I'm like looking at the app, right? It's like 8:45 because we ate pretty quick. The characters immediately came to our table because there was nobody in the restaurant, right? So like the second we sat down, Tigger's already at our table. Like, no joke. I mean, nice. I wasn't ready for it. I was like, I just sat down.
He was waiting for you.
He just literally was waiting, right? So I was like, okay, right. And there's three of us, and we just ate pretty fast, and it's like 8:45, and I'm looking at my phone, and I see Peter Pan, 15 minutes. I'm like, what now? I was like, wait,
that's we gotta go.
I was like, we need to go there right now, like this very moment, because that's crazy. But I'm looking at all the wait times across the park, and Haunted Mansion's at 13, so it's walk on. Winnie the Pooh's at 15 minutes, Peter Pan's at 15 minutes. Like everything is super short line. So I was like, we need to go now. Like we need to get out of here, right?
Yeah, hit those Fantasyland rides before Fantasyland wakes up.
Yeah. So we waited. We did. I mean, I can't tell you the last time I went on Peter Pan where we actually waited in standby. Like we never wait standby for Peter Pan because it's always like an hour, and it's not worth it for an hour. So we'll do fast passes for it, but usually not standby. So we got on the standby line, and sure enough, it was maybe 20 minutes by the time we got there. We went and did Winnie the Pooh. We pretty much walked onto that. Great. We went and did Barnstormer, and my daughter did Barnstormer like 5 times. Maybe it's 4. I don't know. Something like that. We went and did Haunted Mansion. We did Country Bears. We did like everything in Small World. We did all of that stuff in like a 2-hour span. Just like we were just rifling through those rides. Now it did get a little busier,
Sorry, just so we're clear, like you weren't there for like early entry.
No.
Like this was just a regular
time. Yeah, the Barnstormer Barnstormer's always, like 20 minutes or less, but Haunted Mansion was walk on, Small Worlds was walk on.
Yeah, Haunted Mansion walk on is unusual too, because that's usually like early morning it gets busy as well.
It did build up later. It did.
Yeah.
But so new Big Thunder Mountain. Okay. So I bribed my daughter to go on Big Thunder. I told her she really likes these. They have these stuffed animals that are like baby versions of the characters, and they're like in like a little wrap, and she loves them, and she has one at home. So I told her. So
you said, if you ride this with me, I will.
If you ride this with me, I will get you a baby. Yes. Okay.
Fair. So, I mean that's a good bribe, I guess.
She agreed. Yeah, we did it. So, and she did it. She said she didn't like it, but we heard her laughing, and we heard her and we saw her smiling. I don't believe that she didn't like it. I believe she did like it. She just doesn't want to say anything.
Okay, that is fair. Because my son did the same thing with the Matterhorn. Like when I got on the Matterhorn, he was like, I'm not sure about it, but then the next time we came back, he was all in on it.
Yeah, so, I think next time, like she didn't want to admit that she liked it, but I think next time when we go, she'll want to do it. So I'm happy to report though, it's still pretty rough. I was worried that they made it too smooth, and the track is definitely smoother, but it still jostles you, man. It still
feels like Big Thunder.
It still feels out of control.
Yeah.
So, which was great. I loved it. I loved the new version of it. It was great to see it all redone. It was great to see the cave. I will say we were sitting in the front. I was trying to lessen. I know it's weird. The conventional logic is like, oh, the front, should theoretically be scarier. Yes, on like a 300-foot tall, 100-mile-per-hour roller coaster, but on a Disney roller coaster, the front is less intense than anywhere else in the train, right? Because you go halfway down the hill before you even let go.
I mean, that is the general logic. If you want to go faster, sit in the back because then you have the entire train pulling you.
Yeah, but you're also like, a lot of people want to sit in the front because like, when you have those big drops, like on rides like that, the front is a little more intense in that way. But yeah, you're right. Generally, in the back, you get more motion. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a backseat fan. I'll always go for the backseat. So, yeah.
But so we got in the very front, but I will say what was a little disappointing for me, and I understand why this happens, but the whole, the caverns where it goes from like really cool colory to like the angry part, because I was in the front, like it didn't happen until we were already out of that part, right? Like the rest of the train saw it. Yeah. We didn't really see it.
Okay. Yeah. So that's one thing to think about too, is I guess the way that things queue, you're not necessarily seeing it all in the front either.
No. Yeah. But honestly, it was great. I had a blast. I had so much fun. It was so great to ride it. It had been so long, and it was just really great to see it, all redone and everything. And the one thing I said to my wife though, as we were waiting, like, we were waiting at the gates, and like the train leaves, I was like, I wonder if they fix the brakes so you don't like, get killed when they stop. I was like, because they replaced all the tracks. Surely they fix the brakes. No. And then at first it comes into the station and like it slows down nicely and then it stops abruptly. I'm like, no, they didn't fix it.
Yeah, that's a feature. That's not a defect.
Yeah, it's a feature. Yeah, it really is. It really is. So we went to Tomorrowland. We did the new Buzz, which is also fantastic. Trevor, it is so good.
Really?
It should have just been like this the whole time. It's just so awesome. I mean,
I think the gun's not being attached. You've not experienced that before. I think that is a huge
that's
upgrade.
Big, Trevor, but just like the targets are better because you can actually see if you hit them, like they light up with the color of your gun. The scores are better. The score your score shows up on the on-ride picture now. So now the on-ride picture is not just like a waste of life. It's literally like seriously, it was such a waste before. We would just make a stupid face on it. Now it's like a record of what you scored on that particular trip. Like it shows your score. It shows you how many targets you hit, and it shows your accuracy level.
Oh wow!
Yeah, it's awesome. Yeah. And just like the screens
my wife's
are great.
Gonna love that.
Yeah, the screens are great. Like all of it was awesome. Like the new tunnel scene is fantastic. I mean, all of it is really, really, really good and well done. So we had a blast on that. No pun intended. We were gonna go on the People Mover right after that, but the People Mover was broken down and they did an in-show exit. So, which I'm actually a little upset about because I've always wanted to have myself evacuated from the People Mover. Yeah, and we just we were so close. But it is what it is. And we were really disappointed because we wanted to go on the People Mover and it was closed for like the rest of the day at that point. I do want to point out, had a s'mores milkshake at the ice cream place on Main Street.
We talked about that.
Yeah.
That you wanted to get this. Yeah.
It was good.
Okay.
But
it was just good.
Well, okay. So here's what happened.
No, it's fine.
Okay. I don't want to get too into it because we're like, I'm trying to move quickly.
We are way past like
I know.
Yeah.
But
we're almost
done. At first, I'm drinking it, and I'm like, this just tastes like a chocolate milkshake. There's nothing s'mores about this at all. For some reason, all of the s'moresiness ended up like in the middle of it, so I didn't really get s'mores until I'd already drinking like a third of it. Like I drank a third of it. So like, it was good though once I got there. it just took me some time to get there.
Yeah, you had to work through the bad stuff to get to it. Yeah.
So that night, we go back to our hotel room. That night, we're eating at Whispering Canyon. One of my favorite places.
Yeah.
We want to take a boat from Contemporary to Wilderness Lodge. Took a really long time for the boat to come. We were almost late for a reservation because it took so long for the boat to come. I don't know why. It just took a really long time. Anyway, Whispering Canyon, our waitress, fantastic. Very much in on the, being mean thing. And at one point we got seated in a weird spot because of the size of our party. We were like behind a wall, so we like couldn't see what was going on in like the main dining room. Like we just hear it. And so my daughter kept peeking her head around the corner just to see what was going on. And one of the waitresses noticed this and threw a handful of straws over the wall at her, which was really funny. But our waitress was hilarious. We didn't do the all-you-can-eat skillets because everybody was kind of like, that's too much food. And so they gave us like a la carte options. And most of us got the ribs. They were not great. What?
You said you didn't want all-you-can-eat, but you went for ribs?
I went for ribs. Yeah, it was, but the all you can eat is a lot. I mean, it's it's
ribs,
the ribs
are a lot too.
Yeah, no, but this is like not like ribs. It's also was much cheaper too. But the ribs tasted great, but were a little tough. Yeah. But I will say everybody that didn't get ribs very much enjoyed their meal, and all the sides that came with the ribs were very good. The corn on the cob, and I had mashed potatoes. But my wife had like a steak. She said the steak was great. So it was really just the ribs were kind of dry. They, like I said, they tasted great. They're just a little dry. I prefer
probably just under a heat lamp a little too long.
It's exactly what it was. But we still had a great time at Whispering Canyon. Don't get me wrong. Great time.
Okay. Yeah.
Absolutely great time.
All right. We're on your last, we're on your last day now?
Just really quickly. So I, again, look at the sky and go, oh boy, right? As we're leaving Wilderness Lodge. And I said, why don't we take the boat to Magic Kingdom and not the boat to Contemporary? Because if we do, the boat to Contemporary is going to stop at Fort Wilderness first, and then it's
you
going to
can walk from Magic Kingdom over to Contemporary.
No, even better, my friend. The Contemporary boat dock is not covered in any way, and it's a long walk from the boat dock to the room. So what I said is, let's take the boat to Magic Kingdom and then hop on the monorail.
Yeah,
the monorail.
Okay, yeah.
And do that
sense.
Because then we're only out of cover for like 5 seconds. So if it's pouring rain, we're okay, right?
Yeah.
Which is what we did. The problem was the storm that rolled in was so severe that they were holding the monorails at the stations for extended periods of time, because there's a ton of lightning. And so they were like, yeah, we need to hold here for a few. So it was a great plan in theory, and it did eventually work out. We just took us a little bit longer, but at least we didn't get wet. Like that's the key.
Yeah. So sometimes you do have to just like take that time, right?
Yeah. So anyway, it was like a half day at Magic Kingdom. But we had a great time. We did a lot of stuff. So, we didn't do any nighttime stuff because we went to, Whispering Canyon, and then like I said, it rained. So we just kind of, again, hung out at the hotel.
Considering your itinerary, this is actually best case scenario, because you are giving yourself a break and you're not like pushing it.
Well, that was the other thing. We took a lot of breaks in the afternoon because it was punishingly hot and humid. Like, and it was like we were just drained. Like we needed to go and just chill. So last day 5, Hollywood Studios. We get to Hollywood Studios fairly early. We go and do Mickey Minis. We do Toy Story Midway Mania again, right? And then the people we were traveling with text us, and they were like, hey, Rise of the Resistance is only, a half hour wait right now? Do you guys want to go do it? I was like, yeah, it's a half hour wait. Now let's go do that, right? We're already in Toy Story Land. Just take that little walkway right over there. So we go and meet them at Rise of the Resistance. And my daughter does not want to do this, by the way. Another one that she did not want to do. Now, given she doesn't really know what it is. We showed her a video, but she didn't really know what it is, right?
Okay. So she's unsure about it, but was she willing to still participate?
More bribery, my friend.
Okay.
So my daughter can be bought. So
fair enough.
Yeah. So
we bought stuffies for our son at various points too.
I'm pretty sure she got another baby for this.
Yeah.
But yeah, we only waited a half hour. Now my daughter did not like this one at all. She did not like this.
A little too intense.
Yeah, a little bit. There's a lot of shooting and lasers and getting chased by collar runs. It's a little scary, given it is.
If you're not into Star Wars, I can see where it's a little scary. Yeah.
Immediately after Rise of the Resistance, we have an early primetime 50s primetime reservation, because we're having dinner at California Grill at like 5. So we had like an 11 o'clock at primetime for lunch, because we don't want to have too much food. Well, we get to 50s primetime, and the people we were with, they had eaten breakfast like 2 hours earlier. So they're like not hungry at all.
Oh no.
Yeah. And like we had eaten, I don't know, maybe like 3 or 4 hours. So we were a little hungry, right? So we all kind of got light lunches. I will say this, the waitress, fantastic. She was so funny, so good. Giving us a hard time. Every time our phones were out, she was yelling at us. Every time our elbows were on the table. My wife didn't eat her whole meal, so she started feeding her, like the whole deal.
I literally have my elbow resting on my desk, and
you're just like,
I was like,
get him off. Yeah. No, she was on us. Like as soon as the phone came out, she was like, hey, no walkie talkies at the table. She was yelling at us from across the room. She's very, very funny and really, really great. We end up deciding to cancel California Grill because we just didn't want to do another sit down meal. We felt like it was too much food that day. We just decided to cancel. So, but we did 50s. 50s was great. We had a lot of fun. Like I said, we did Mickey Minis. Now, at one point, I want to do Star Tours. I would have loved to get my daughter on Star Tours, but she didn't want to do it.
After Rise of the Resistance, I'm guessing you couldn't really convince her.
You know, it was more. I just had kind of run out of capital and bribery.
Sure.
There's no.
I think you did it in the wrong order too. I think you could have gotten her on Star Tours and then moved up to Rise, but I think because you did the other way.
Yeah. I was gonna try to do Star Tours and then the what's it called? Smuggler's Run. But we didn't get there. So what happened? What happened?
It said swirling saucers on here.
So we decided to split up, right? So my wife and daughter go and do swirling saucers. I go and do Star Tours because Star Tours was walk on. So I was like, I'll go do Star Tours. It's walk on. Why not? Right? I'll just go by myself. Neither one of you guys want to do it. You go do swirling saucers. I'll go do Star Tours. We'll meet back in the middle again. Right? Mm-hmm. So we did that, and that was great. Star Tours. I enjoy. I really like Star Tours. It's fun. Although I will say the group I was in the ride with was super obnoxious, so obnoxious. But
I get people get excited with their party, and I'm all for being hyped about stuff, but
this was over the top.
It's hard when you forget that you're in a public space with other people. That's where I'm like, okay,
it was a bunch of people trying to be funny, and
they're more concerned about impressing their friends than the fact that you're
It made me happy my daughter was not with me because it was very.
That is unfortunate.
Yes, and, it takes away from the ride when people are being obnoxious like that. So.
For sure. Yeah, I get that.
Yeah. What were we doing?
Okay.
We went back to the hotel because it was just hot. We were tired. It was killing us. So we went back to the hotel and went to the pool.
Mm-hmm.
But we had to wait for a little bit because, spoiler alert, it was raining again. And the pool was closed. So we went back to the hotel and we ended up sitting around for longer than we wanted to because the pool ended up being closed and we had to wait for the storm to move through. So once it did, we spent a couple hours in the pool. And then we decided we were going to spend the night at Magic Kingdom. Since we didn't have dinner plans anymore, we just went to Pinocchio Village House because Pinocchio Village House has the flatbreads and they got some sandwiches and it's generally fine.
Yeah, it's decent.
It's serviceable.
You have to admit. So, okay, it's a weird feeling when you can say what do you want to do tonight? Let's pop into Magic Kingdom.
That's why Bay Lake is great, or any of the monorail resorts.
Being that close, I don't take that for granted when I can do that, and it feels amazing, right?
It does. It does because you don't feel rushed or anything. It's just let's go pop in, check out Magic Kingdom, right? Right?
It's like rolling up to your favorite taco stand and just being I'm gonna have tacos, and
and really our goals were have food, right? And so Village House, like I said, that was an easy. We got it done and it was fine. I had a chicken parm sub, which was pretty good. My wife had a flatbread and my daughter had probably chicken fingers, right? But they were good. It was fun, right? And so after that, we really wanted to ride the People Mover because, of course, we have to ride the People Mover. And as I mentioned, it was closed the last time we were at Magic Kingdom. So we went into the People Mover because it was open. Interestingly enough, Buzz was closed and Buzz had been closed almost the entire day.
Oh, really?
I don't know what happened, but something obviously happened. Considering it's essentially a new ride, I don't know. But they were closed for most of that day. So, which was disappointing because I kind of wanted to do it again, but whatever. So we did that. And then we kind of just we hung around because we wanted to see Starlight. We wanted to see the new nighttime parade. Right.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And realizing very quickly, it's been a long time since I've really waited for a good spot for one of these things, And so we I don't know, we probably found a spot on Main Street an hour before showtime. And it was packed. All the people that were not there the day before when we were at Magic Kingdom were there because it was, but even an hour in, almost all the spots were taken up on Main Street. It was, and they were making announcements about how much capacity was left, which I don't feel like I've heard them do before. Like they kept making announcements like, there's they were saying there's a viewing areas available here and here, but most of Main Street's taken up. And then eventually they said Main Street's at capacity. I don't remember them ever doing that before, but I don't know. Maybe it's just been a while since I've been to it.
Yeah, I think maybe that's reflective of, like you said, like your timing of when you were there is like it's thinking about how the Halloween parties and everything play out. It's weird how people like kind of get it in their head. It's like, oh, I'm going to avoid it this day because of the Halloween party, which makes it dead. But then everybody comes rushing back the next day because of it.
Or just for the nighttime, right?
Yeah. Like
which is what we did.
Yeah. Yeah. It's an interesting thing. Just pointing that out, right?
Yeah. I mean, listen, it was a long wait and we were tired, but it was worth it, man. That parade was fantastic. Honestly, we all loved it. To me, the highlight is the Peter Pan one where they fly. I don't know if you've seen this, Trevor, but it's pretty cool.
Oh yes, I have seen videos of that. Yeah. So
I mean, listen, I know it's like a simple thing, and like it's obviously very clear how they do it, but the effect of it is so.
It looks great in person. It
looks awesome. Yeah. Yes, it looks awesome. So the funny thing is though, right? Like that's done by like 9:30, and Happily Ever After is at like 10, right?
Mm-hmm.
So me being me, I'm just like, well, why don't we just stay here and watch Happily Ever After? And everybody,
because your daughter had not seen Happily Ever After.
She had one time. We did one time, and then she fell asleep right away.
Oh yeah.
So I'm like, guys, why don't we just like Happily Ever After is like right now? And like we had also just like right after it was over, we went to the Emporium to do a little shopping. So by the time we were done all that, it was literally 9:45, and I was like, can we just watch Happily Ever After?
Let's go stand out on the
let's just go here. And literally the response was, we're all tired and our feet hurt. Let's go. And I'm like. Like we're literally gonna see it on the way back. Like, like we're right here. Let's just do it. But I get it. Everybody was tired, and I understand. But
I mean, you could have stayed to watch it. You guys were close enough. That,
I know.
But I get it. Yeah.
I mean, we even ended up taking the monorail back instead of walking because everybody's feet just hurt. So like we just really,
I feel like the walk, or maybe I'm misjudging how far away Bay Lake Tower is, but I feel like in the time it would take to walk to Bay Lake Tower versus like getting on the monorail. Yeah, getting on the monorail and then getting off and then walking from the monorail.
1,000%
stop. Yeah.
No, it was just the not walking part. That's really
it was being able to just sit for a period before getting back to the room. Okay.
Yeah. That's
fair. Yeah.
Well, that was my trip. That was it. That was the end. That's all of it.
That is quite the trip, considering how short your trip actually was. You guys packed in quite a lot of stuff.
But the funny thing, you're right. But the funny thing is, it didn't feel like rushed. So like it feels like we didn't do a lot because like we took so many breaks. But it was.
I think you underestimate the power of taking those midday breaks.
It was excellent. Yeah,
like it really allows you to do a lot more than you think. You like people who try and like push through. You do get stuff done, but it comes at the cost of your happiness overall, right? Like it really does. Like I've seen those crash outs in the middle of the park where it's like you can tell that like that person's kid has not slept in days at this point, and the parents are like, just one more week, come on, we got, and it's like, take that midday break. It does matter, and regardless of the heat, like the heat definitely doesn't help, but it's like those midday breaks, like, and I think it sets you up better for like the nighttime stuff, right? Like it allows you to actually enjoy the nighttime stuff versus like I know like on your last day it was like everyone was kind of done and went back to the room, but on the whole though, like you like just looking at the layout of your trip here, you did a lot more nighttime stuff than
we did.
You talked about on previous trips. So
I agree. I think we did a lot, and I think we really did mostly everything we wanted to do. I mean, there were a couple things here and there that really kind of didn't happen because of the weather, but you really can't let the weather get you down on these things. I've always said it's like you can't control the weather down there. You just can't, and your vacation is what you make of it, right? There's
no lightning lane for the Disney Dome. You can't.
No, there isn't. Although I was thinking to myself, why doesn't Disney just like build a satellite that can like block out the sun a little bit, you know. It wouldn't cost that much, and they'd be like, it'd be like a really cool like thing to advertise.
I'm reminded of
not completely block it out, not like Mr. Burns style, Simpson.
I was thinking of that episode of The Simpsons where
try to get the temperature to be like high 70s, low 80s. Like, can you imagine? Yeah, it'd be so great. But anyway, I'm mostly kidding about that. I say mostly because I'm kind of not. We did a lot, and listen, I measure my vacation happiness in experiences and the things that we do together as a family, and by that measurement, we did a lot, and it was great.
The thing is that I agree with you on that. Is that now that my son is an adult, we still do go back and we talk about the trips that we've had, and he doesn't remember like, oh my God, we did so many rides this day, or we did these rides. Like he will remember certain rides, but it's like, remember this time when this thing happened on this ride, or remember when we went and we did this thing, right? Like it's actually a very funny thing that like, we do, I think we all kind of prioritize, or I shouldn't say we all, but I guess in my life, it's like always been like, you're here, you're paying for the rides, right? Like, but really, like you said, it's those experiences are what you're actually after. Yeah. And those are the things that stick. And these are the things that your daughter's going to come back and be like, yeah, that day at GoofyCore was awesome. And I know you guys met that weird guy. I don't care, but like you were like, this day was fun because of X, right? Like,
oh yeah, that was totally lost on her. That was, John Same was totally lost on her. She's like, who's that? Like, why are you talking to him? I mean, I was talking to my mom about this a little bit actually while we were there, because like my earliest, I've talked about this. My earliest memory at Disney is watching the Main Street Electrical Parade, right? Mm-hmm. From right around the same spot that we watched Starlight. Like I remember where I saw it, like I have that memory in my head, like sitting on the curb, not far from where my daughter was sitting on the curb watching the Starlight. And to me, like that's more valuable than anything.
Yeah.
So yeah. And I mean, the other part too, I was talking about this too, really part of why I love EPCOT and part of what made me fall in love with Disney was when I went there when I was a kid, and all of the technology and innovations and all that. It wasn't about a ride. It was about just the feeling of EPCOT, and like that made me really fall in love with Disney, and also and EPCOT as a park. So, it's about the rides, but also no, it's not about the rides,
Yeah, the same for me is like I have memories of like being in the magic shop on Main Street in Disneyland, which is like it's a very distinct feeling and memory and all that. But then also like I remember like my first ride on the Matterhorn and Haunted Mansion, like those rides stuck out to me as experiences, but it's part of the larger like that feeling, and I think it's you want your daughter to have that feeling, and you're getting that, but the hard part to explain is that in that moment she's not going to react to it, she's not going to necessarily remember it, but this is something in 10 years when you're going to be having the conversation, she's going to be like, yeah, I remember that night, and then you're just like, exactly.
Yeah. That's exactly. I don't know what she's going to remember, but she's going to remember some of it.
Yeah, and my son, like, he brings up things that I was like, oh, I didn't think that hit you as hard as it did.
Yeah,
but it clearly did, and it's but it's great. Like this is. I'm glad you had one of these trips where it's like there's clearly going to be some things here that stick, and there may be things that she forgets, and you just mention it, and she's like, and then she'll be like, oh yeah, like I totally forgot about that, right?
Yeah.
But it's crazy how the and also like Blizzard Beach, that might be something that
I can see that. Yeah.
Comes back around in ways that you don't expect. Because my son, like he remember, or we talk about it, and then I'll be like, hey, remember when we rode Summit Plum? He's like, yeah, that killed my back. And I'm like, that it's a rough ride.
It'll do that. Yeah.
It's still a memory, right? So
that's I saw her face as she was watching Starlight, and I was thinking to myself, like, that's the same way I felt seeing Main Street Electrical Parade. So maybe she'll remember that. Maybe that'll be her memory. I don't know, but
and maybe that's enough, right?
Yeah.
Like that's
what it's all about.
Yeah, that's all that you were there to do. But it's funny how, all these other things. Like, again, it was an awesome trip. It sounds like
it was great.
You
had a great time.
You had an amazing time, regardless of the weather and all that. And it's I'm. The interesting thing is we're recording this, and maybe if we're still doing this in 10 years, like, come back and like
listen to it.
Yeah. Like it would almost be
like a time capsule.
Yeah. Like I almost kind of want to go back and like find some of the trip reports we did and like convince my son to sit down and listen to them. Although, right now, like, convincing a young adult to do anything is like, I'll have to bribe him.
You have to do bribery for him.
But
all in all, my daughter got 3 babies on this trip. So
like I said, we did the same thing, but it was just like, it was animal stuffies, which he still has some of those stuffies too, now that I think about it. Like, there's like he got a manatee one and stuff that it's like, and I guess they weren't always like bribes, but it was like, we're doing these things and it's like, whenever we hit something that was like questionable, it was like, we'll get a stuffy after this. And it was like, okay. Like,
All right. Well, we talked about my trip for 2 hours, but
we are at 2 hours.
I got to talk about Lakeshore. We got to talk about Lakeshore Lodge, though. Okay,
we do.
We can't.
I think
and it's not part of D23. The next, the other part 2 is all D23. So we got to talk about this right now.
Just to preface this, we are coming back with another episode after this.
You're gonna get like 4 hours of content from us.
This is gonna be a week. Like we don't normally do this, but this is gonna be a week. But
because D23 is gonna be a whole long thing. So that's but we got to talk about Lakeshore Lodge because they keep giving us pieces of it, and every piece that they give us make me want to buy here more. Like I literally. When we went by it on the boat, and every time I looked out my window, I was just like, "Oh man, this place. I'm gonna have to buy another direct contract. I can't, because it just looks so amazing. It's huge. I don't know if you've seen it in person yet, Trevor, but it's gigantic.
I have not seen it, but again, I've seen videos. I've looked at like pictures and stuff. Fully right. This is a huge resort.
But the pictures,
the stuff that they've released. Okay, let's start with the lobby.
The lobby, God.
Okay, are those fiber optics in the floor?
They are fiber optics in the floor. Yeah, they are fiber optics in the floor. So,
oh my gosh.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah. So, it's floor to ceiling windows with natural sunlight, and then you get views of the outdoor, the wetlands outdoor area. Mm-hmm. And then they have on the ceiling, they have like it's like leaves. It's almost like
colors of the wind.
It's the colors of the wind. Yeah, it's a sculpture. It's a blown glass colors of the wind sculpture. And then on the floor, you have a fiber optic river on the floor. Yeah, which is really cool. Yeah. Like, listen, I mean, Wilderness Lodge has a real river that goes from the lobby, but I'll take a fiber optic one too. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you're right. Like it just, I didn't think Disney would do that again. After EPCOT, we were all like reminiscing about like, they took out the fiber optics in EPCOT. I'm so glad that they figured out how to make it work in this lobby, right?
There's so much wood going on too. Like even like the little seats are like these like wood like things. There's like art all over the place.
It's gorgeous. It's such a vibrant lobby. Like it's giving me the same energy as it's like the Polynesian lobby where it's like everywhere you look there's something.
Yeah.
Like there's interesting stuff and but like these like I'm assuming like the ceiling in this place and sorry I shouldn't just say like the Poly, like Wilderness Lodge does it too.
Yes. Yeah.
Animal Kingdom does it, and this is just going to be another one of those like wow moments when you walk in. Right.
It's I've talked about this before. My wife and I have sat in the lobby of Wilderness Lodge before and just watch people walk through the door, And like, you can always tell the people that have come the first time because they have a look on their face of just awe of that lobby. And this looks like it's going to be just that too. But we also now know there's going to be 3 different dining experiences too. One of which is right on the lake, which we knew about, but we have this picture here that is it looks like a beautiful, setting for this.
And I love the name of it.
Yeah.
Like, do you want to go to Moonglade, Tom?
Moonglade. Yeah, like Moonglade.
Moonglade. Yeah. Like that's so enticing.
And it's every view is based. It's like Narcoossee's, but over at Wilderness Lodge. Like just right on the water. Yeah.
Giant windows, giant views. Like, they got, it looks amazing.
It honestly looks amazing. And then there's Florida ceiling windows there. Yeah, the quick service is Bay Lake Provisions. More boring name, but it's the quick service.
It kind of looks like it actually looks similar to the restaurant in the Polynesian Tower. Island Tower. It reminds me of that, but again, knowing that it's a quick service, it's I expect it'll be busy, and like you said, it's not like Moonglade, but again, still looks very very interesting. I like that the lighting fixtures are carrying through that same design from the lobby.
So they got a lot of that going on. Yeah. Also, something I'm noticing in the background there too is Trevor's the staircases. I know this is a weird thing to call out, but the staircases are like open staircases that are running through like that area. That's interesting. I feel like you don't see that a lot.
They're meant to be centerpieces. It looks like, not like shoved off in the corner.
Exactly.
Of stuff.
Not hidden. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then there's, much like over at Wilderness Lodge, there is a bar and grill, Paint Out Point Bar and Grill. It's kind of like an open air kind of quick service and bar that's right on the water there too. It looks really. It looks very similar, like I said, to the one that's over at Wilderness Lodge. But the views are going to be excellent, and it's just open air, and just a good place, I guess, to grab a drink if you really want to, and grab a, get a quick bite, right?
Yep.
And then they're also showing us now too. There's this place called Dandelion Terrace, which is a dedicated fireworks viewing area, which is awesome.
Now the interesting thing I didn't think about, or I guess it's about the same distance as like the Polynesian. So like you're still getting a view of the fireworks. The one thing that I'm curious about is the way that they're posing this. There looks like there's fireworks inside the terrace, which I'm guessing is like the lighting fixtures.
Yeah. I think so.
I'm wondering if they're going to do something with the lighting fixtures where they're cued to the show as well. Like,
that'd be cool.
I mean, why wouldn't they? Right? Yeah. Like they can absolutely do that. That would just, again, further add to it that being so far away, having some effects cued in the terrace would definitely give people lots of reason to go and stand in this terrace and watch the fireworks.
And so what it says is here, Dandelion Terrace to see Magic Kingdom fireworks lighting up the sky. And it is a good viewing spot. You can see Bay Lake and Contemporary in the background there, and that is why I was able to see it so easily, because it is right there. But it says the lounge will be home to a 2-story gallery of archival artwork from Disney classics like Fantasia. And then it says complete with whimsical dandelion light fixtures. So they're not going for fireworks; they're going for dandelions, but they look like fireworks.
Come on,
I know. Yeah,
they can say, or during the day they can say they're dandelions. These clearly look like there's going to be some fireworks shenanigans going on.
I love this idea of like a lounge area where you can not only just look out on Bay Lake, but at night it's a dedicated area to watch the fireworks. That's. I just think that's cool. And, you can actually see this area. If you look at like when I was looking out my window, I could see where this is. I just didn't know what it was. Now I know what it is,
right.
So,
and it makes sense. Cause I'm sure what happens at the Polynesian is that you get people all kind of like crowding near the pool area or standing along the paths and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I'm sure this is their way of trying to minimize that, right? Like, giving people a dedicated spot to watch the fireworks makes it easier versus, people spread out around the resort, crowding up walkways and whatnot. Yeah,
I agree. I like the name Dandelion Terrace too, although I don't think anything is going to beat the name Moonglade. Like
Moonglade is
that's excellent. That is just
that hits a spot for me.
I hate saying this because this is like what the I try to avoid using youth lingo, right? Because I just sound stupid coming out of my 40-something mouth here.
Dude, I have a young adult in my life, and I say this stuff purely to annoy him, but also because I think it's funny using the stuff.
What I was gonna say though is like this place is just a vibe, man. It's got it
slaps.
But I mean, like the way that they're
sure,
but like the way that they're presenting everything is just like it feels so cohesive, and it just feels like relaxing and just also really beautiful and well designed. Like it
is that beautiful dichotomy of being at a very nice resort, but also you are like right next to a theme park, and they're walking that line very nicely with this.
I'm telling you right now, I'm going to Moonglade next trip if it's open. By the time I go next trip, I'm going.
I'm going to be having conversations about this too with my wife because we have a very large trip planned, and I think this is going to be on the itinerary.
I mean, I don't know how anyone's viewing any of this, and I mean, just based on the internet reaction I've seen, though, people are digging this and very much want to go. So
yeah, that is a great sign. Like this all circles back to we've talked about how this resort started, the iteration on it, and what it's becoming is I feel Disney has taken to heart that there has been feedback that it's like, hey, some of the recent choices have been kind of bland, kind of like not
upscale resort, but not
as impressive as they should be. And I think they've taken that to heart and said, okay, fine. You want the Disney touch.
You want the full thing? Boom.
You want the Disney touch. Here's the Disney touch, right? And okay, good. Thank you. Like that is what I wanted, right?
This is like an imaginary explosion.
And I feel I have to bring this up because I posted this on the Discord, and I made a meme about. So I feel like there's 3 resorts that are wilderness themed. So there's Wilderness Lodge, Lakeshore Lodge, and Fort Wilderness, right?
Yeah.
And the meme I posted is one that I've seen around the internet for years, where it's like it's supposed to be a 3-headed dragon, and 2 of the heads are very like menacing looking, like they're like the tough ones, and then the third one just looks goofy. And I feel that's kind of where we're at with like Lakeshore Lodge and Wilderness Lodge, are like those like wow things, and then you get Fort Wilderness, which and I know it's like a campground, and I know it's not like, okay, I'm not hating on it. I'm trying to just point out a bit of a funny thing that it's like, because Fort Wilderness is sandwiched in between these 2 resorts now, right? It's
I mean, it's on the other side.
Or is it okay?
Technically, Lakeshore Lodge is sandwiched, but they're all 3 in a row.
Yeah. Sorry, you're right. My bad. I always forget where.
It's okay.
I forget where the positioning is, even though like, because getting over to Hoop-Dee-Doo, it's such a weird.
I know it's always the whole thing. Yeah,
but that's exactly it. Is that it's like you have these 2 amazing ones, and then next to it is like kind
just
of
camp.
Okay, and, but it doesn't help that like Lakeshore Lodge is killing it now.
Yeah, it is.
And again, I'm not. If that's your vibe, that is totally fair. I'm not hating on that. I just think it's funny that you have these 2 powerhouse resorts, and then,
it is funny,
and then the campground next to it. That's all.
No, you're not wrong. You're not wrong.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Sorry, we had to talk about that. That concept art is too amazing not to talk about. So So anyway,
so now you have things to after coming off of your current trip, now you get to start planning the next trip, and you know what you're going to be doing.
I actually don't know what I'm going to be. I mean,
you're going to be at Moonglade. You know that.
Well, I know I'm going to go to Moonglade. Yeah, I just don't. I mean, because we're doing the Alaska cruise next year. I don't even know if we'll do parks next year. I don't know if I'll have money.
Yeah. Even if you don't, like we like I said, we are planning a larger trip because we have we have our 25th wedding anniversary coming up next year. So we're going to be doing an extended trip. This is going to be part of the discussion for me. Absolutely. So I know I will be there at least. Hopefully you find time to get there.
Yeah. By the way, if you go on Google Maps and look at the reviews for Lakeside Lodge, which still says reflections on Google Maps, you'll have a good laugh.
Okay.
There's reviews for a resort that doesn't exist.
That is amazing.
Yes. Yeah. Such as hold on, where we got here. Had to sleep in the dirt and cover myself with moss and leaves to stay warm. This is 3 years ago.
I remember we saw that years ago when they canceled it. Yeah. It's funny.
I just love people. Yeah.
Yeah. It's funny that they haven't gotten rid of that at some point, but
yeah.
I mean, yeah, this resort is going to be amazing. Either way.
Yeah.
even if I had to sleep on the dirt outside of it, I would. I would probably. I shouldn't. No. Wait. I'm not going to say that because Disney might think that there's an opportunity there for like resort adjacent accommodations or something.
Yeah.
You can sleep in the woods. No.
Sleep in the woods. Yeah.
I mean, well, that's the campground, but not in that sense.
No. There's some funny ones on there. There's also a couple of people complaining, saying that they're ruining Fort Wilderness, but that's neither here nor
there. Yeah. No, I don't think so.
I disagree. But
yeah. Anyway, we should leave that there, and we should probably wrap this up.
We should, because we're going to probably talk a lot more.
This is a long episode, and we have D23 stuff to talk about,
which is going to be another long episode. Yeah.
Which we're gonna wait until after the park stuff is announced to have this conversation, just so everyone knows how we're doing this.
Yeah. They'll both be out at the same time, but yes.
Yeah, for you it'll be out at the same time, but for us, we figured we would get on and do the trip report and then kind of compile all the D23 stuff together after, so that we can talk about it. So exactly. So yeah, you guys get extra this week. And,
a lot extra.
Yeah. We didn't really plan this very well, but I think
I was too focused on planning.
Yeah.
Trip.
So. And that's fair. Like I wasn't expecting getting back from your trip. Like, I didn't expect us to have like all of this stuff lined up. And I figured like we would talk about D23 stuff at some point, but it's just how the timing.
Yeah, the timing works. We'll also have a food time for all the Halloween food too. So, and also
that's we're going to have to push that out a bit. We can't. Yeah, I guess we're going to have a few longer episodes coming up.
A lot of content over the next couple of weeks.
Yeah.
So anyway,
exactly.
Wrap it up real quick.
All right. Yeah. So as usual, if you guys have any comments about anything we talked about on the show, or you want to just reach out to us, you can find us at welcomehomepodcast@gmail.com, or you can go through our website, welcomehomepodcast.co, and hit the contact us section on there. Also, if you want to find us on social media, so as we mentioned, we are on Facebook as Welcome Home Podcast. We also have a YouTube channel, which is Welcome Home Podcast, and we have Instagram, which is Welcome Home Pics. So you can follow us in all of those places. Our Facebook group is called Welcome Home Disney Waitlist. You can join in there and get the memes, get posts, people sharing trip reports, people talking about trip planning, all that kind of stuff. So if that's of interest to you, please come check out our group. And if you'd want to help support the show, you can go to store.welcomehomepodcast.co and you can check out our different merch there. If there's something you'd like to see there, drop us a line and we can see about adding more stuff to the store. And we also have a Patreon. So you can go to patreon.com/welcomehomepod and check out our different levels of Patreon support, which have an exclusive logo that only our Patreon listeners get. And all of our Patreon supporters at any level get access to the Discord server, which, as we talked about, we post stuff there from the, things that we're working on for the show. You get little behind the scenes things. There's also, again, more conversation, more trip planning, more just people talking about Disney and sometimes not Disney stuff. We have random conversations in there too. So, come check that out. If, like I said, through the Patreon, come check it out and you can join the Discord as well if that's interesting to you. Last but not least, if you're listening on iTunes or Spotify or anywhere you can leave us a 5-star review, please do so. It just helps more people find the show and, just gets us out there to more people. So, and you can also write a review on iTunes and let us know what you think about the show.
Yeah, and don't forget to subscribe to Welcome Home Podcast so you can be reminded every time we release a new episode. You can find us on Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, TuneIn, Spotify, YouTube Music, just about any podcast app that's out there. Huge thank you to our sponsor of this episode, DVC Resale Market, and of course, Keyholder Vacations for all their support over the years. Join us next time for more Disney Parks discussion. Of course, more DVC talk. We hope to see you all real soon.
Albert Awol, the voice of the jungle, signing off from Welcome Home Podcast on the DVC. To a house when we had a chair, how she can cuddle, it's no man's affair. I look around for all the holes, found her in her sugar bowl.